Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 405. The wormhole, Smiley's Gardens popping in. What up, Smiley?
What's up, man? Sorry, I was hooking everything up still. How you been?
What up? How's pretty good? How's the garden life, man? Fucking farmer Smiley now.
Yeah, no shit, dude. I'm fucking tired, man. It's been an extra workload in the normal schedule, but most of it's all done now. It's all planted, soil's all moved, all that shit. All the hard work.
So, yeah, did you put in weed barriers and all that good shit?
Put in what?
Any kind of weed block or weed barriers, mulch, and all that good stuff to keep the weeds down.
No, I'm gonna fuck with that. I'll have to be messing with that all summer. No, I
Did you
should.
list a helper?
Hopefully,
Oh
I have
man,
a few helpers. So
yeah, your hands full. Nice little hunk you got carved out there.
likes what?
Nice little hunk you got carved out there for a garden. Look like a nice sized little garden.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I planted a lot of it's potatoes though, so like I don't know. Just plant them like
Why
at
potato?
center or something. I love potatoes, man. I'm fucking
Yeah,
Mark.
they store well. They store well. It's one of the easy ones. You don't have to can or nothing. Keep it in the garden spot for a while.
Yeah, we eat the shit out of potatoes, so I'm like, well, if I'm planting anything, I'm planting stuff we're eating the shit out of, buying every time you go to the grocery store or whatever.
Actually, when I gave up the garden there, I was actually in the beginning of canning phases. If you can
Oh,
fucking believe that. Yeah, I was canning tomatoes, fucking pickles, salsa,
yep.
stuff like that. Easy stuff. Not nothing too technical. Wasn't getting too deep into the canning. I was definitely in the beginning phases.
It's the way to do it, man. I mean, I don't know. I remember growing up, my mom had a garden every year, and she would can tomatoes and all that stuff. So I witnessed it done. I wouldn't say that I would know how to do it exactly, but I witnessed it done a lot. So we'll see. I even planted some cool shit. I got to figure out how to even cook, or I don't know. You ever have a rutabaga? Do you know how to cook rutabagas?
I have no fucking idea. I couldn't.
I don't know either, but we're gonna find out. I planted some rutabagas. It looks like a
One
beet.
thing I
Basically, it looks like a beet to me. So it's like a root.
yeah. Said right. So I mean, I've never even thought about eating it. I mean, what the fuck would you make with it?
I'm
Beets.
assuming you'd cook
Like
it like you would a beet. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I have no idea. Obviously, it's not popular dishes to our area or culture right now, but I'm sure they're out there somewhere.
sure. You can always bring it back. Just bring it back, man. Fuck it. And start eating it, making it seem like it's the thing.
Yeah,
Everybody be like, "Yeah, man, I get some of that." What the
fucking.
fuck, man? Why ain't I growing that?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, some of that shit, whatever. If it ain't gonna, I can do other things with it if it's not something we're gonna eat. Compost it or whatever. Something.
When I had mine in, I grew just a few things as well. I grew the fucking monster fucking sunflowers. The motherfuckers that got about 12 foot high and the nice big heads. I always thought them were fun to see how big I could get one of them to grow. And then pumpkins. trying to grow, big pumpkins was another one. Hot peppers, all kinds of tomatoes, cucumbers, and fucking green beans. Sometimes, what the fuck we call them things? I can't even think about it. They're like the little balls of lettuce. Can't believe I can't fucking think of
Fuck, I know what you're talking about too. Brussels sprouts.
it. There you go. Yeah, fresh Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
That's about it. Nowadays, I would grow some squash and zucchini, which I never thought. But man, I eat a lot of like yellow squash, stir fry. Pretty good as well.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the squash, but yeah, the zucchini. I know my grandson likes the zucchini a bunch, so he got that last year. But I don't have
Oh
any.
man,
I didn't grow any.
you wouldn't have. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Smiley.
No, I was just gonna say they take up a bunch of space, but that's why.
You wouldn't have not. You wouldn't have even believed it. You would have thought I was organic then. You know what I mean? Before I moved up here, man, I had a nice sized garden, pretty good sized garden. I had you ever seen the topsy turvies?
Yep. Yep.
I had fucking. I actually built like I don't like just posts, topsy turvy posts that were like 8 feet and they were like crossed like this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Multi 3 high, so you could have multi fucking topsy turvies. It was basically a topsy turvy tree of fucking. I do tomatoes in them things and cucumbers grew well in them
Hmm.
topsy turvies too. I always wanted to try a fucking canvas plant in there, but I never fucking did. But I've still got a couple. I should throw one in there just to see how it grows. I
Yeah.
think it would do well. But yeah, them things were everywhere. Fucking nice sized garden. I'd be out there every fucking day picking weeds and fucking shit. It was nice. It was just getting the kids into it. And I moved up here and I fucking moved in for summer. I fucking put a fucking shovel in the dirt. I was like, yeah, I ain't growing shit in this soil. Ain't no way.
Yeah. That's what I was doing today. Was pounding in the final. Because I'm gonna trellis, or like I guess you'd call it a trellis. I don't know, but I basically put two along the beds. I put one spike here and one spike here, and then I put cattle fence in between, and then that'll support like three. I did several of them, so they'll support like 3 tomato plants in one screen like that, or 3 cucumber plants, and then I can grow them vertical. So, and then underneath them, I planted a bunch of like carrots and radishes and lettuce and stuff like that, so they can grow. I'll trellis them up, and then underneath them, I can have stuff that can grow in the shade pretty easy.
I almost wonder why they don't do that with canvas. It would be too easy to run, like just like you're saying, run a candle fence and then have, you know, basically a vertical scrog for fucking 50 feet. You know what I mean? It'd be easy to maintain. Get in there, clean it up, everything
Just
you do
weave
out
it
of
down
sun.
just one plant
Yeah,
down the row or whatever. That'd be cool, yeah. Instead of
not
having,
maybe just one, but maybe the same strain. Almost make it look like fucking a grapevine. You know what I mean? It just buds.
sweet. I bet you could, man. I heard there was a guy doing something similar where he was like growing it around the wall of the room or some shit like that. I think it was gonna be engulf the whole room or something.
Well, who was it? Sub LBC used to vertical grow cannabis like that years ago. Shit, I think I remember seeing videos like 7, 8 years ago. He was doing vertical growth like that, just fucking dropping bulbs straight up and down, no fucking hoods, no nothing, and then fucking growing like that. He was killing it. It was
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Have you seen the old guy? We were on veggies, but there's an old guy, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's not from the U.S. or whatever, but he grows these onions, and he does them in the shit. What are the watering systems? The auto pots. He does them in auto pots with Floraflex nutrients or can of nutrients. I think it is canna, and they're like 20-pound onions, dude, and they're perfectly round. They fill up the whole thing. And I mean, he gets top dollar for them or whatever too, but I don't know, he's a pretty neat old guy. Watch some.
I love the big old onions. Fucking just chop up one that's a couple fucking pounds. Instead of like chopping up like 5 onions, just God, one.
That's what I was thinking. They're like so perfect too in shape and everything. They're beautiful like plants. I mean, but for a restaurant doing like a bloomin' onion, that'd be like the thing, man. Like it's one whole onion.
Fucking imagine they had a fucking whole table blooming onion for 50.
Yeah, that'd be
Things
fun.
are pretty good though.
So you getting the bug now? You gonna start one up where you're at now?
Oh, not this year. I might throw some stuff in some fabric pots. I got a shitload of fabric pots that I haven't fucking used and never. You wouldn't believe it, man. I actually got like shit tons of fucking equipment. Like over here, man. I still got. I think I got some over there. Oh, look at that. You see that other stack up there?
Yeah.
That's air pots up there. That's fucking a whole stack of air pots that are the 3.5s and the 3s. And then right next to that heat register right there on top of that cabinet is fucking like the half gallon, which is equal to the 1 gallon. And then I've got fucking the big boy fucking air pots like that. And then you look at that stack of sausage right there I dug out from them pots. Fucking. Then I've got all the nursery pots in. I got stacks of fucking nursery pots like that. Fucking. I got at least 61 gallons. I got probably about 33 gallons. I got fucking stacks of fucking 10s. Jesus, what am I doing with all this shit sometimes? All right, let's look at them air pots going, man, why do I either gotta use them or throw them out? I'm sitting there fucking you. Tired of looking at them. They're perfectly good pots, though.
Those air pots are the ones with all the holes in them, right? And you can disassemble them. They lay flat. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the half. These are the half gallons. And these are supposed to be like equivalent to like a gallon and a half. Yeah. Actually, man, I have the 3.5s of these, which are equivalent to like a 7 gallon. Man, I grew back in them back in the day, man, and killed it, man. I still think I could probably slim down, and I was actually thinking about that, looking at them the other day, going, man, I'm back in soil. I always was happy with what I got. I had some nice yields out of those pots, comparable to the 10s now. Just more watering. I was thinking about slim down on the soil, but that's the only downside of. Even though they're rated, their aeration is for a bigger pot. Now that I'm into more soil type medium, I would run out of fucking. I think I'd run out of steam midway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too. It's hard to say, but I don't know. Everything I've heard, the bigger the better for the soil ones. Gets to a certain point though.
So, what are your thoughts on carbon? Adding just carbon in any form, let's say biochar and stuff like that. I was actually listening to a lot of soil, and they were saying like, basically, once you've got things to a decent level, you should just be worried about carbon after a certain point, keeping the carbon levels up after a couple runs.
Well, it'd be organic matter, but yeah, that's the big thing when you're saying adding carbon or whatnot is the organic matter. So like compost or other, if you're stripping your plants, adding those leaves back, like all that kind of stuff. So there's the law of return in farming, which is like leaving 40% of the harvest to be consumed back by the soil.
That's quite a bit, 40%.
Something percent. It may not be 40. I don't know. It's 30 or whatever. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of something to consider. You're not just it's not just happening on its own anyway.
I was actually talking with man, I went did my tile. I was supposed to do my tile work Saturday, and I ended up having a fucking all day talk pretty much about pretty much all kinds of shit. But one of the customers actually, at one point, were like a dairy farm and like had a compost facility down towards Detroit, a larger scale, where they would go and get like leads from the city and then compost and all that. So I got talking a little bit about compost Saturday. Actually, we were listening to uh, the dirt cure. It wasn't, no, the soil will save us. The other day when I'm sitting there trying to work, I'm like, and that's how we got actually talking about composting shit. I'm like, yeah, just fuck listen to this book while I'm doing it. No. It was actually a pretty cool day. Didn't get shit done, but pretty cool day.
That's good. Composting's interesting,
So
man.
I'm chalking Saturday up to like customer service or customer relations. You know, I don't know. It was a pretty good day. Pretty good day out.
Gotta love it. That's cool though. That dude was composting or you own a facility or something. You said.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understood, it was pretty large scale, and that was years ago. It sounded like, and one of the things I thought was kind of funny was they were adding drywall back then. They were actually like sourcing drywall, gypsum to add into the mix back then. And I'm like, man, I'm hearing a lot about that nowadays. It seems like that should be in one of the more main ingredients in a lot more soil. Do you not agree on that?
Um, I wouldn't totally agree on that. Not as far as a main
But
one.
it
It's definitely something to be adding, but and using. But there's
seems to be a lot more important than I guess at least I thought it ever was. I
calcium.
mean, yeah, we were always Calmag, but I mean, you never heard about anybody adding gypsum to the soil or anything like that. You never really picked up a bag and seen it on there, as far as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, yeah, it's been on quite a bit of them. They it's I mean it's been around since I've been. It was in the original mixes I was looking at or recipes as far as soils.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean like build a soil has kind of a. I guess the one area to point out would be like if you're doing a straight cocoa based media or if you're doing a straight peat based media, there's different variants in the levels of like gypsum to calphos or whatever, different sources of calcium. So the one you're going to want to lime a lot more than the other one is basically what I'm getting at. You want the liming agent for the pH, and I think it was the cocoa, and then the other one. It's on the Build the Soil website. The differences he found, but that's kind of the balance was like what you're adding with the calcium.
Totally neglected Chad. I just kind of seriously looked over and I was like, oh
yeah. Yeah.
Terrible. Been getting terrible at this, Smileyy. Slipping.
It's just busy.
And I have been super busy lately. Super fucking busy between taking on all the extra work and fucking doing this and getting the garden back on point. I've been super busy.
Yeah. Same here. It's really just been, I don't know, super busy or just like I just used up all my hangout time kind of thing, you know, like you get so much work day hours in a day and then you get kind of your own little time to fuck off, do whatever you want kind of thing. And it's like all the extras filled in all that time. So now I just don't have any me time to like chill. But it's caught up now. It'll be good.
Man, I was going to come back on last night and thought about it. Sat here for a second and I was like, kind of thinking, reflecting back on like the episode earlier on, before we kind of had that dry spell, you know, when she checked on her Sunday. I was like, I have fucking nothing to say. I have absolutely nothing to say. There's nothing, not even a reason to click that button. I don't even. And then that was like, well, the show ended like 3:10, something like that. I fucked off for a few minutes. Thought about it about 3:30 and talked myself out of it very quickly. And then I got looking at, I had my fucking, my email and it was like fucking 3:40. It said that the guest tried to log back on at 3:40. I knew the phone had died, and I gave like 10 minutes. I thought that'd be more. I think it's probably closer to 15, ample time to plug in a phone and all that. And no return. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wrap it up. And then I get a message that my phone's all charged up. I'm thinking, I've wrapped it up, man. Damn, I wanted to get that soundbite too, but that's
She's funny, man. That lady cracks me up. She's a blast and I made her in person, and then like, she's funny.
She is a funny lady. Did you hear me tell her about you guys eating the meatballs on the way home
there? Yeah. I was asking my girl about that today too, and she was laughing. She's like, "Yeah," she's like, "You're too skinny. You need more meatballs." She kept handing me meatballs. She was like, "I had like 4 or 5 of them dang things."
I thought it was funny when she talked about the Alfredo sauce last night. Yeah, it knocked everybody out.
I bet it did, dude. That's one thing that's kind of baffled me about that. It's like, an edible, but then you're going to put it in your whole meal. Like that's going to be, I don't know. That could be a lot of milligrams real quick,
That fucking Thanksgiving dinner sounded dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, the turkey by itself, but you go and fucking medicate turkey, come on. That's a recipe for going out.
That's all that would happen to me. I'd be out like a light, dude. Just boom for like a day. On top of the turkey. What is that? The tryptophan in the turkey that puts everybody out?
Yep.
Be the double whammy.
think I definitely deterred a few folks and viewers on my little rant the other day. And I've noticed that the views have like almost cut in half since my little rant the other night. I'm not sure what to make of that. Sure what.
Your rant, I missed something.
Oh yeah, I actually had a rant. I went on. I think it was Tuesday night. I came on, kind of went on a little bit of a rant about everything. About everything. I think I aired it all out.
Gotta do that sometimes.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. I'm gonna smoke some Skywalker.
Nice choice. Oh man. So I don't know how I don't know how that Ford 13 that Alex Harvey sent me.
Yeah.
That thing fucking turned into a goddamn beast. I swear to you. I swear to you. I knock this back over here. See if I can probably easily log on from the phone. I deleted it a little bit today too, and that fucking thing was like, wow. I mean, I'm too up.
We always think it like deleafing him is gonna slow him down, and it just makes him pissed.
He said it was gonna be a beast. It's like that thing's gonna be a beast, and I didn't believe it. I thought it could be a good sized plant. This thing. Hold on. Shut myself off here. I don't want to turn off that video. I want to turn this off. All right. This thing, was huge. Well, it wasn't that big when I put it in the flower, and I thought, okay, it had a lot of branching. You know what I mean? Plenty of rooms for clones and all that. And I threw her in the flower, and she's not even maybe week 3 yet. It is more than, I would say, 4 times the size she started. 4 fucking times. Remember the one I pulled out and like scrogged? I bent her into the 4 directions there. I put her into the same 4x4 with that because I didn't think, there was just enough room for that to sit in there around. I figured it'd come up over that canopy and then maybe, grow up together, kind of fill out the 4x4 nicely. Anna. That fucking thing blew up the whole 4x4 and almost has grown over top of the fucking.
Wow.
And you just have to see. I mean, you see, let me flip this thing out. There we go. How do you always flip it? There we go. All right, let me turn this one. And all right, a little quick. Here's a little veg. Some new pops. The new test light. 2 males. This tent's got to come down. All that's ready. Work to be done. These are what will be filling that spot. All right. Walk over here. This is a tent that needs to be deleafed terribly. That's a little problematic. This over here, it's the Bloom Plus. There's the biggest blue mile stretched out. Some veg girls I'm pulling out there. And that is the Borg 13. You can, it's hard to see that angle, but see, this thing's huge. It's the one back there that was supposed to take up the 4. This thing
Oh, I see. That's all one plant.
Yeah.
I got you. I was thinking that was 2 plants. I'm like, I don't look that big, but yeah, I got you. Now.
I actually went in and stripped her out pretty hard, man. Earlier, man, she had these big old, way bigger than my hand legs.
That's
little girls there. That's kind of what's going on here. That thing, I'm telling you, this thing's huge.
It's funny.
It was only, I'm telling you, very small when I threw it in there.
We were saying 4 times the size. That's crazy.
4 times. She's good size. I don't know if it's hard to. Yeah, it's a pretty good job. She's gonna have to be staked.
Trellis. Eagle's gonna scrog. It's kind of late for that, I guess, but
No scrog, just steaks. I kind of liked Uncle Stoner's flopping like a party girl there. That's a very good description of the way I like to grow there. So they just flop down at the end. That's when you know they're done, when they just about almost collapsing on themselves. She's ready.
the floppers.
So what's going into your room currently? Anything getting ready to come down over there?
Actually moving stuff into flowers. So I got in the basement here. I actually got a weird thing going on with my Skywalker. I was kind of moving it into flower and like I don't know, it's to me it looks like a fungus of some type, but it's like certain ones of the branches and tops have this like light brownish looking haze to it and they're not growing right and shit. So I don't know, I was cutting a bunch of branches off from her like, nope, that's gone. Wasn't much left of it afterward, but I'm not sure what that was. I don't know. There is. It's probably still sick with it, but
Is it just the one?
yeah, just the one. So, and she's kind of been on that. You know, the Skywalker is a cut that's kind of for me has been really hard to make her happy ever. I mean, I've only seen that plant grow out happy a couple times, and it's been one I keep off to the side because it's so fucking delicious. It's one of my favorite smokes, and it's kind of why I've been breeding with it, or I did a little bit last fall, is because I want to try to preserve it, and I know it's not going to last forever. So I was actually moving it in for the first breeding run that I'm going to do, but now I'm kind of second guessing whether I want to do seeds off this thing. I don't know. See what happens. Like, I don't think I could even take a clone off it. Like, any clone would just be shit, you know?
Rats.
Yeah. I think I might have lost it, actually. So that was kind of shitty. Shitty realizing that today, but we'll see. But I got that Sky Cuddler Kush F3 male. So I kind of DM'd with Jackson or Mean Gene from Mendocino, and he was really cool about it. He's like, fuck yeah, man, make fucking F4s, put a sister in there, make a bunch of fucking shit. So yeah, he was all cool about it. So, which I figured he would be. I just wanted to, you know what I mean, just say, hey, you know, just to see if, I guess it's better to know beforehand than after if he was going to be pissed or whatever. Couldn't imagine that, but
I would appreciate, somebody reaching out and asking.
I just figured
Even
it was,
if I didn't give a shit, I'd be like, man, that's pretty cool.
yeah. That's what I figured. It was just respectful and saying, hey. You know. Some of that's where I think some of the back and forth comes from is like you say, or we've talked about before, like recognition or just even, you know, like people trying to act like it's all theirs and shit. You know, that's a shitty attitude all around. There ain't a single person out there that's got everything theirs. You know, everybody's been given something, or you know, we all are sharing and standing on each other's shoulders. It's kind of the way it is. So. It's been that way for decades. Nobody can claim they're self-made. I don't know. Nobody is. Like,
Everybody gets a little help. Everybody gets a little help here for sure.
yeah. Even Bill Gates. That's pretty.
Even Bill Gates. Even Bill Gates gets help.
Dude, he has a very, very interesting childhood, and the way, you know, I mean, the way he kind of came into the Microsoft world and all that it's a very interesting story, nonetheless. I mean, he's a smart dude and he works hard. I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm just saying he definitely was in the right place at the right time and had the right parents, and there's a lot of things involved in that too. So pretty neat though. Like he had access to one of the first 5 computers ever in the country when he was like a really young kid.
It's pretty privileged.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean that's the opportunities it takes to. So yeah, he had a really good understanding of programming and software at the very beginning of it when he was young too. So I think he was 15 in the story I heard of. He was like 15, and so his dad knew somebody at the college or something like that, so he could get into the computer lab. And then the professor seen that he had a talent for it, so he liked him kind of coming in there and made it happen so he could get on the computers and stuff. And then there was a company that approached the college about doing a software like a payroll type software. And the professor knew that none of his students were going to be smart enough to handle it. So he actually contracted it to Bill Gates at like 15. He wasn't even you know what I mean? He was in high school or whatever, sneaking there. He wasn't even in the college, and he got him to write the software for it because he knew he's the only person that really understood how to do it well enough or whatever. But pretty interesting. Kind of funny actually, but yeah.
Yeah. So when did he kind of go man with the power?
I think that, yeah, money ultimately will corrupt, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. Yeah, he's definitely. I'm not trying to say he's my hero or nothing like that by any means. It was in the story of like everybody stands on the shoulder of giants. You know, like he's somebody that we look at. Yeah, now he's, you know what I mean, one of the richest guys in the world or whatever. But he didn't get there by himself. That was the point I was getting at, I guess. You know, he had opportunity. He had other people giving him opportunities and doing things, and so nobody's self-made. That's all. Now on to Bill Gates and something else. I don't know. He's a pretty scary motherfucker now, dude. Some of the shit he talks about, it's mad sauce for sure.
Sure. It's fucking that. I'd seen the meme the other day that he was actually getting a divorce because she wouldn't get the vaccine that they were putting out there.
Of course. That's funny.
It was funny too.
That'd be good reason. I'm pretty sure that was in the prenup. I don't know. I hope he has a prenup, man. She's gonna hand it to him. Be like the record divorce or something. The newest, what is that, $1 billion divorce or something?
I mean, do you think that he even gives a shit about that kind of thing anymore? I mean, he could seem like he could cut it in half and be like, yeah,
Yeah,
didn't even hurt.
true. Yeah, some of them
You
are
can
just.
only do so much, really, can you? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. I think that's the funny part about it is it's like, yeah, you know, I don't know. Are you gonna Scrooge McDuck the shit and fucking swim through it? Like,
I mean, you can only have like so much. I mean, even if that was your thing, and I don't think it would be my thing. You know what I mean? You wake up, have the nicest shoes. Fucking, you could have a whole room of shoes, whole room of this, whole room of that. And you just want to be like, eh. I think you'd get to at some point where you just look at it, all that shit, you'd be like, no, this shit doesn't make me happy. You
no.
know what I mean? I own everything, once in a while. Yeah, I think at some point you look at it all and be like, this, I'm empty.
I think
I'm
that's why
empty at it all.
yeah, and I think that's why they shift it to philanthropy and, you know what I'm saying, and trying to control masses of people because they can't, it's like, yeah, at a certain point, what are you going to do? Like, that was the concept of that movie, Brewster's Millions, right? Like, where he had to go spend all the money. Do you remember Richard Pryor, wasn't it?
Yep, yep.
He had to go spend
Must
30
be
million or something in order to get the 30 billion. So he knew. But I think that was the idea behind that. You know, at a certain point, you just get sick of fucking like, like, I don't know. I think I could see it anyway. Some people are sitting there like, what the fuck? No way. I'll take it all. I don't know.
doesn't lead to happiness, I don't think. I
No.
mean, it could.
And that's to not say that, and that's not to take for granted. I mean, money is definitely necessary and it's a necessary function in life, you know what I mean? But it's not the most important in this. So you can't say money, you don't need money, you know what I mean? Because we do need money because you pay your bills with money, like, so there's a balance to it, definitely, but it's not the most important by many means. I guess it could be though if you're trying to pay a bill and you ain't got it, then it becomes pretty damn important. So it depends on perspective, I guess.
Man, I seen was that this Friday up here, the high for Friday was going to be like 56.
Ooh.
56 for high on Friday. 30. So 50, 56 to 36 Friday. So, after all these 80 days, and it's supposed to, I think it's going to be 85 tomorrow. But I don't know what the hell it wants to do up here.
Yeah, we've had a nice week, man. It was almost scorcher. I think I did roach a couple of my plants, putting them out too soon. So had a couple of replacements, but yeah, it's been pretty dry too. Are you guys getting rain up there? Or? We've been on like a
Not
drought.
really.
Yeah.
It's like one of them things where you wake up and it's like barely wet. You're like, fuck, did it rain? Yeah, like, it's just enough to say it rained, I guess. I've definitely made the choice that I will not be working any more weekends.
No.
Nah, fuck that, man. The fucking weekenders spoil it, man. I seriously, man. I fucking
Can't get around to do it. You
said,
know.
oh man, it just even just drive around to get the job was an extra half hour. Just fucking fucking people, man, around town. It was pretty busy on the other side of the lake. And then, I had to stop at Home Depot, and they had all the weekenders over there trying to fix up plant flowers and shit at the cabin. Even Home Depot was full. I was surprised Home Depot was full.
They were busy this weekend. Everybody was putting stuff out, gardening, whatever. Gardening section. Swung in there to get the steaks today just to finish the job.
I like Home Depot. Oh, I bought a goodie today or yesterday. It was fucking for my tools. My tools. I got fucking tons of cool tools. But it's one of them things, man. It's the old you use it or lose it type thing, man. Fucking, I've got years of all the kinds of tools I bought, and I have got a nice line of DeWalt tools that were 18 volt, and all the batteries, man. I go to work, man. The thing's been sitting around for about a year or so, man. I fucking go back, want to use that shit. All the batteries got like dead cells in them and shit. I'm like, man, I had fucking maybe 4 batteries out of 16 that were still somewhat good, and a lot more tools than that. And then I was on the job the other day. I let somebody use one of my nail guns, and like, man, this thing's only got a couple shots on it. I'm like, yeah, I need to get some new batteries. He's like, you should get some lithium for it. You can get lithium replacement. So basically, it was a converter that you could take the new 20-volt packs. You know what I mean? The lithium 20-volt packs that slid on the bottom of the. You could. There was a converter that made it good for the old 18-volt, and I ran out and bought that fucker. So like all my older 18-volt tools, like I got like all kind of shit like this, cool stuff, nail guns like this, bam, bam. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
which are great for fucking trimming without air and quick jobs and shit like that. I got doubles, triples of all that shit. Now I can use that shit again. I was like, hell yeah. I was all excited. I fucking asked Lexus when you see your chat, man. Fucking, I was just fucking at one point today, fucking just loading the gun and fucking sitting there with a 2x4. Whack, 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 whack. Just to make sure everything was oiled up and ready for repetitive firing. And, shit builds up in them things sometimes, man, when they sit. A little bit of rust here and there makes them wow, fire is good when you put it up. But, man, I took every gun when I was sitting there and just fucking, I bet you I 5,000 shots into this fucking stud today. Just thanks. She's like, you're fucking nut, man.
You got your
Flip
Negan,
it over, man. You what?
your Negan stick with all the spikes on it. It'd be like Lucille.
Oh man, you could throw that thing in the middle of the road there, take out a car for like the fucking the tire strips is more what it's like right there.
All right. That's funny. That's what some guys did to booby trap their room. They got broke into and they put spikes up through like sheets of plywood. They put 2-inch screws up through it or whatever, and then laid it flat where the guy was jumping in. So then they got security system and everything too. So the next time the guy broke in a different spot, but then the police showed up and were trying to investigate where the guy broke in, and they went through the likely spot, and the cop was who landed down on the spiked plates or whatever, fucked up his feet and shit. I don't know how much trouble they got in for that, but So I don't think you're supposed to booby trap shit like that, are you? You can get in trouble with
No, yeah, you could definitely get in trouble.
Yeah,
for doing
can't
that.
put on like bear traps in your backyard and shit like that.
I mean, you can, but you're gonna possibly pay for it.
Hey man, you know,
something happens.
To be honest though, if somebody fucking stepped in it, what are they doing back there? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I don't know. Don't go through the backyard if you didn't want to get stepped in a bear trap. You know, it's like I don't know. That's why there's signs posted or something. Some of that shit has to kind of fall back a little bit on some, but I get it. I don't know. You can't.
It seemed like the no trespassing sign would cover that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if he's supposed to be there, he ain't supposed to be there. Like, why would we make provisions for somebody to be safe that ain't supposed to be there? Like, it's fucking. It's like the dude that jumped the fences at the amusement park to get his hat. You know what I mean? And fucking gets hit by the next roller coaster, and it's like, well, that ain't the fault of the roller coaster? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking there for a reason, man. Like, I don't know.
So when the guy gets caught in the bear trap, do you just not put on your bear claw shoes and go out there and see what's up? Obviously, there's fucking bear around here. Reason
Right?
for that trap. Just
No, I'm sure you'd get in trouble no matter what. It could have been in your living room and you'd get in trouble for that shit. It's amazing. It just amazes me some of the thought process on some of the stories you hear. Like there was a dude trying to, I think this was one probably everybody's heard, but he fell through the sunroof of a lady's home while trying to break in and breaks his legs or his hip or something, and he's fucking there. And then he's suing the homeowner. Like, why the fuck are you on a roof? You know what I mean? Like, even if that thing wasn't made special to hold somebody, you shouldn't have been there. Like, fuck off.
wait a minute. I think I remember that case. Wasn't it Burglar versus Home Alone?
Something like that. I don't know.
New York court case, Burglar versus Home Alone. Macaulay Calkins, will you please step forward and raise your hand?
Right?
So that you're basically telling me I can't home alone in my house.
Nope.
No.
You're not supposed to, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe if you're there controlling it, I don't know. I guess that'd be your stand the ground law, but pretty sure the booby traps aren't.
Well, that takes the fun out of it.
Right? No shit. So Chad and Chat said there was somebody like rigged up electricity around their window after getting broke into, and it worked too well or something, and they're in trouble for that. But I still say, man, that's fuck that, dude. You shouldn't. I don't know. Why are you touching his window? You know what I mean? Like, even if it is high voltage electricity, your dumbass shouldn't have been there touching it. That's just not, you know, like, I don't know. Switch. Two sides of that, I guess.
You know, what was it? It was a saying like that. Because I did a lot of fire damage there for a while, and you wouldn't believe the shit they would cover. I can't remember what the guy had to say that. Yeah, they even cover stupid or some shit like that because there'd be so many shit that you'd be like, "How? Who the fuck does that?" And they covered it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it sounds stupid. Holy shit!
Totally cover stupid too.
Cooking like, I mean, seriously, I mean, silly shit like cooking a fucking turkey, deep frying a turkey in the middle of your garage. You know what I mean? You're pretty much asking for fire when you can't at least take deep frying the turkey outside the building. You know what I mean? In case something happens. They covered that, huh? Yep. And sure stupid.
Chad's talking about the work fridge. I've never really had a community work fridge. I mean, we did at the shop, but there was like 3 or 4 guys, so it's not. It wasn't like a great mystery if something happened to your shit while it was in there, So yeah, usually wasn't an issue at the work fridge.
Yeah, never had a work fridge there.
I couldn't imagine taking somebody else's food out of the fucking fridge though. Like, what kind of asshole does that? Like, dang well it wasn't yours. Like, uh,
I'm one of them weird fuckers like that. Is I'm not even interested in leftovers and shit. I mean, quite literally. I mean, even when I made a lunch, if I made a lunch, I would more often buy a little pack of lunch meat and just make my sandwich at lunch versus like make a sandwich and take it because I always got soggy and nasty. And for one reason or another, and I worked in a restaurant for a long time. I know a lot of when foods are safe to be ate, they can be put up and eaten the next day and all that shit. But there's just something about it, man. I will not pull something out of the refrigerator the next day if I can eat that shit up. I either eat it when it's cooked
or you don't.
or I don't eat it.
Leftovers they're all right, man. It's better than nothing for sure.
I mean, I guess there's a few things that are decent or better next day. Chili, soups,
Lasagna.
those two. I don't know about lasagna. I usually make enough for that meal.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them that I gotta kind of get all the ingredients mixing and jiving together for a minute. Better the next day, kind of thing. I don't know. Nuked food.
The microwave can butcher some shit. That's for sure.
Definitely can. That's funny.
Or just give it a weird hot spot that you're not expecting it to burn the fuck out of the top of your mouth. Do that. Just eat something. You're like, oh, that should be good. Oh, practically crippled.
When the bite before was ice cold.
Yeah. Yep. Love the microwave. Yeah, tonight's guest, I don't know what the fuck happened. We're supposed to be back on for Friday. Hopefully it's all good.
Cool. Yeah,
It's supposed to be. I'm not even say. We'll wait till later in the week. I'll announce it. Actually, I didn't even announce it because I didn't even get like a response until like midday. I kind of had a good feeling after the response. I think I got the response at like 7, and the response was like, "Shit, that's today." I was like, this isn't good. Anytime that's the reply right there, I'm done. But they were nice enough to offer up another chance. Holy shit!
So microwaves are a form of alien mind control, Chad. I've not heard that one. I will say, growing up, I remember when microwaves first became a thing, for sure. And we put all kinds of crazy shit in the motherfuckers. And we would stand and watch it. Like, remember they were saying it was like dangerous to be within so many feet of them? We'd stand there and watch shit all the time. Just fucking put it in the microwave, just in awe of it. Forks and shit sparking all over. We threw a stink bug in there one time just to see if he'd radioactive mutate into a stink bug supervillain. It didn't happen.
No, it just blew up.
Yeah. Yep. Tried a spider. We wanted to be Spider-Man, but the spider just died. It wasn't able to bite us afterward at all. So that didn't
Try
work.
Junebug.
Yeah.
Junebug's got them hard skeletons, man. They might have fucking survived for a second. Took that to the Spider-Man level.
Might have been. So microwaves.
I purposely don't poke holes in potatoes sometimes to watch them blow up.
just to have the power.
Have you ever seen them, man? They'll practically blow that door open if you fucking don't want to
Yeah.
put a hole in them.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh man, you want to hear fucking one of the best, one of the craziest? I don't know about the best. One of the craziest and probably the most dangerous cookie incidents I've ever been around was fucking years ago. I don't know if you ever you remember me talking about the crazy brother-in-law and fucking would take the mortars and he'd throw them like a fucking baseball at his fucking stepbrother. He'd be almost every year, man, fucking throw them at fucking Charles Lee, light him up. Just fucking Steve. It was almost like a fucking movie or like a scene from Friday. You'd see Charles Lee just zigzag pattern down the fucking road. Shit. Fucking hell, man. Joe was fucking crazy. He was crazy. But we all head out to the beach one Memorial weekend there, and he's manning the grill. All right, and he's did all right cooking burgers, chicken on the grill. So I step off and I'm playing some fucking volleyball. And well, I can't remember what I do remember doing this. He's just got the grill going and he's starting to throw on the meat. He's like, oh shit. Nobody grabbed a fucking can opener. And for some reason, he takes the pork and beans, the whole cans of pork and beans, and sets them fucking on the grill to warm up. I'm all fucking playing volleyball, and we hear this like fucking explosion. Like, I'm serious. It sounded like a fucking bomb going on. And I shit you not. Them cans of fucking pork and beans exploded like a fucking bomb and shit. Everybody it's like a state park, We're all playing. Everybody, as far as the eye can see, the bang is so loud that everybody, as far as an earshot, throws themselves to the ground. What the fuck was that? Everybody gets all fucking all sandy and shit. What the fuck, man? Oh yeah, man. Practically gave everybody a heart attack, man.
You got the can open.
I didn't yeah, he definitely got them cans open. I didn't think that shit was possible, but that shit was loud. It was loud as any firework that you could possibly light. That's for sure.
You know somebody's doing that next bonfire. They're throwing cans of fucking something in there, pork and beans.
Oh, I do not suggest it.
No.
It was crazy. Loud.
So we'll
What up, Red Pill?
Red Pill at the traditional time when he's torching his rig and he has it on mute, and then we always say, "Hey, what's up, Red Pill?"
Yeah, he's got both hands full.
We made him stop cleaning it like 3 or 4 times in a row. Oh, that's funny. Good times.
I gotta give me some dads going over here. I meant to pick some up the other day. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What up, Red Pill?
Nothing much. Hopped in. Saw it was 4:20. I don't know how many minutes I'm behind, but cheers to that.
We gotta fix your clock. Where is it 4:20 at? We're on the East Coast, and it's only 3:20.
Middle of the Atlantic
Or is
Ocean.
it 20?
Newfoundland? Are there any Newfies in the house?
I believe there is a few that hang out.
Nice.
420 somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that force of that can, Eagle, have you ever seen them pictures where the like the tankers that are on the train engine ones where the vents or something don't work, and they'll go out of the mountains and it'll like totally collapse those big cylinders just from the temperature pressure differential there. Like if it's sealed, they got to have them things like be able to vent that off that pressure or whatever.
Brother, I'm here to tell you, I remember, when was this? It had to be 20 years ago. 20 years ago. A hot water heater fucking shooting out the top of a 2-story farmhouse.
Dang.
Because it was left on and the water was shut off.
Ooh.
And it boiled through the water that it was left in the tank there. Because, it was left at a temperature, and that thing shot right through the fucking roof of that house and landed a ways away from the house.
That's cool. Crazy. And you wonder, like, well, it makes sense that they were doing steam engine trains. So there is some power there for the steam itself,
Yeah. Crazy how that shit can. Yeah. I didn't think it could do that kind of damage. I was completely surprised. And it made me very leery of like shutting shit down. Like
isn't there a safety check pressure valve for that?
Probably these days now for that reason, I'm sure. But it's like I don't know what happened then, or maybe it went bad. But I definitely vouch for the damage.
Scary shit.
Shit, there was not so long ago, the Marta, I can't remember the last part of it. It was an old folks home where basically the same thing kind of happened, but it was a boiler system in Flint there. That was only that might have been 15 years ago. That fucking blew up the whole goddamn thing. Old folks home. I mean, it leveled the old folks home. Yeah.
Huh.
You don't remember hearing about that? I mean, it had been about 15 years ago, and that was in Flint, off of Atherton Road. Man, it gave me a creepy feeling. I've been driving by that place after that. So I used to drive by it all the time. And then you went by there, and it was not much left of the building, and so many people got hurt there. Fucked up.
No, but now that you mentioned that, actually, driving on the highway today, there was so I was going out to the barn, and on the other side of the highway, there was a accident. It was all closed up, but there was a shit ton of fire trucks, and it looked like a tanker, some sort of a tanker truck had gotten in an accident, but it was on its side. The truck was on the side, and it looked like there was quite a fire from whatever was in the tanker truck. They had it all out when I was going by, you know what I mean? But it was like, you could definitely see something very catastrophic happened. And I don't know on the way back. So it takes me, so this was about 3 hours later. On the way back, the highway was still closed. So, I mean, and they already had it pretty well out, and they had tow trucks there 3 hours before. So it was a pretty big mess. I forgot I was going to look on the news to see what happened, but.
Any takers on ghosts?
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Did the ghost start the Steam thing? Is that what you're asking?
I have a ghost in the
No.
house.
I was just asking, is there
That was
either
just a
you guys
segue to the
believe
next
it?
conversation.
Yeah.
Ghosts as far as like in manifesting and seeing them and being able to fuck with people, haunting houses and shit.
Yeah, something like that. This house I'm working in is an older house. I would say it's late 18s, maybe early 19s, and it's old as shit. And I've heard some weird shit in there last week. When I was by myself there, and I kind of like dismissed. It wasn't like scary or nothing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like scary. It was just like weird noises. I thought when it happened, I had, it wasn't like a feeling like, oh, hey, that was. I knew there was like stuff going around me. I mean, there's a main road right there and everything, but it wasn't like it was like I knew. I was like, oh shit, man, I think that was a ghost. I immediately had that feeling. It wasn't like, and so it happened like a few days in a row, and then I took my dog with me the other day, and that fucker, when he came in the front door, I came in, and he was at the front door there, and I was like going back and forth into the bathroom where I'm working. I come out and I look over and I'm like, "What's the matter, Bubba?" And then he's standing there like right in front of the door, and he is just fucking shaking, just looking in there, just a fucking. I'm like, "Come on!" Well, I'm like, my first thought was like, "Do you see something?" And I'm like, trying to call him, and he would not come into that room. He wasn't having it and at all. And so I took him back out, and we came back around. He would go in the back door. He wasn't as intimidated, but he wouldn't go any further. Like there's a back door, 2 steps up, and then like a door into the kitchen. He would sit right there, and he would like head his ass to the door, so he was like watching both directions, but wouldn't move from that area. So
that's crazy, man. I wonder what he saw or something.
So this is where it gets crazy. So I see the fucking homeowner, and we're talking there for a minute, and I go, by the way, is that fucking place haunted? And they're like, I knew it. They're like, why did you hear ghosts? And I was like, I heard some shit. And then I told them about my dog, and they were like, I tried to take my dog in there, and he wouldn't go in that motherfucker either. And I was like,
gotta move.
Yeah. So I definitely think there's something there. I don't feel threatened, you know what I mean? But there's definitely something weird in that house, man. And I've never been around something like that.
Maybe
it's kind of a little creepy.
Maybe you better get her input on the countertop that you're putting in there.
Yeah. Do you approve? Are you gonna haunt the house if I put in this moon and stars marble countertop over here? No, it has to be fucking cream and whatever.
She wants
She
something
said
different.
something about smuts in the house, basically going around with like sage. You know what I mean? Changing, getting the ghosts out of there.
So
I don't
now
know.
picture us just like say we're all in the teenage years. We're all doing the weed smoking and the hot boxing, and we're looking for something to do after we get high. If I brought up to you like, hey guys, I know this really creepy house. It might be haunted. It's completely vacant. Do you guys want to go check it out? Would you be the type of guys to be like, yeah, let's do it, or like, no, man, no way? Because we have
I
that.
would.
Yeah, we have that around here. I don't want to specify too many things about the location, but it was literally a crazy haunted house that people literally would be afraid of even being in the driveway, let alone going in the house. And you'd see weird ass shit. You'd see like orbs going in and out of the building. You'd see like lights that were on, and supposedly the house that doesn't even have electricity running to it. And there have been people that snuck in there, and there was like they had like the cellar doors without stairs, and people hopped in the cellar doors and didn't know that wasn't any stairs, and literally fell into the basement in the pitch black, and they had to get like a rope to try to pull the people out. And one time we had
Fuck.
I would try to talk people into doing it, be like, come on, let's do it, let's go check that house out. And one time I finally got my buddy, and because we were smoking with the right kind of person to ask that thing, because he would always be like, all right, we're done smoking, what do we do next? Like, he wouldn't want to just sit around and do nothing after you smoke. You want to smoke, enjoy the high with doing something fun or crazy. So I talk him into doing it. He's like, all right, let's go. Me and two other buddies, we hop in his car, and one of my friends says, hey, wait, we got to stop at Burger King. We're like, why? He's like, because if we all go to jail tonight, we're not going to jail on an empty stomach. Fuck that. So we all go to Burger King, whatever, eat and everything. We're just also smoking and drinking a bottle of, out of all nasty things to drink, that UV, that blue vodka, whatever that nasty ass shit was back in the day. And none of us even liked it. So we would just take like a sip and be disgusted. And my same buddy that offered to get us all Burger King, he just downs like half the bottle because he's like, oh, it's not disgusting to me. If you guys don't want it, I'll do it. So he's the most fucked up one out of all of us. But we get in the proximity of this house. Like there's a main street and then the turnoff street, the creepy house is on. And we're going down the main street, and at the corner of the main street and the creepy house street, we literally see like 6 of our buddies all lined up, sitting on the ground, handcuffed, with cops talking to them. So we literally just roll by. We're like, whoa, oh fuck. And it was such like like I said, I don't know what the word would be, like a pastime for kids to go fuck with, that we were so lucky that we drove past people that literally got busted doing what we were going there to do. And my buddy was like, see, he's all fucked up. He's the one fucked up on the UV. And my one buddy's upset. He's like, we got to do fucking something else then. So we just did like normal ding dong ditch shit in like the streets back towards my neighborhood. And my buddy that was fucked up on the UV vodka, while we were running from a house that we ding dong ditch, he literally fell down in the middle of the street because he was stumbling drunk. And then we hopped in the car and then rode off and did the whole thing where like he's running, trying to chase us, and we're like, get in the car, hurry up. And we just hit the gas and have him like run like half the distance back to my house, trying to get in the car, fucking with them. Yeah, classic good times. I don't know, I got other ghost stories.
That's funny. My house is somewhat of a. It's not haunted like crazy shit like that, but like if nobody's home and I'm in the basement, I'll hear almost like there was like a muffled conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like if like you hear somebody in the other room talking, you can't make out the words, but it sounds like somebody's talking. Where you're like, or the TV's on or something, and where you walk in there and you're like, huh, that's weird. There's nothing here. That's about the only thing I've ever had, but it's happened to all my daughters. All my daughters have experienced that same thing too. So, and I don't know, it's kind of or they'll think somebody's in the basement talking, and nobody's down here or down.
We've been on air, Smileyy, before, and we've been talking, and everybody in the house you said was gone there, and I've seen you go, like look over. I just heard something. Everybody's gone. Cause I've heard it. I've seen you do it a couple of times when you mentioned that everybody else is gone, and you like look over your shoulder, like I just heard something.
The last person or the last house I was in Colorado, the buddy that I had that was growing there, he would go there late at night to water the plants. It'd be like 11:30 at night when he'd go to check on the garden. And once in a while, he said if he's all alone, he would feel something like brush on his arm. Like someone almost like try to grab one of his arms. And then he would run out of the house. He'd just fucking drop the wand and just run right out of the house. And when I would stay there, sometimes I would sleep with my bedroom door open just because it was so hot from all the crow lights, just trying to aerate the house as much. And it was 6 fans going. Well, I'd have the bedroom door open and no lights in the bedroom. And then you could see the whatever that reflective light from the the T5 lights that were in the kitchen. And I would always like look up and get like the feeling that there's a presence just looking at me, like just something like the way my bed was. If I open up my eyes, I'd look straight out of the door, and I'd always feel like just something looking at me, even though I can't see something there. I'd feel like that presence.
Do you watch the security camera like videos where there's like people sleeping and nobody in the room, nothing, just the fucking blanket just goes zoom right off the person or whatever, and then they'll half wake up and like pull it up over them or whatever and still be sleeping, and then fucking it'll flip off them the other way, like somebody flipped the blanket, like wake up, like flipped it off them like that. And they're still sleeping. It's just like a security video of it, and the person never wakes up. But you're just like, what the fuck? Like, how many times has somebody pulled the blanket off me when I was sleeping?
Now, that makes me want to. Hold on. I'm going to tell the story, but I also had to check my dog. I think he's crying. And now I'm freaking out because now I'm hearing my dog crying while we're talking about creepy shit. But I had a situation where I had a dream one time where it was like the scariest dream I ever had, where I was in my living room watching TV, like looking to the side. Oh, never mind. I'm just hearing my uncle cough upstairs. It's not my dog. Thank God. Okay. I was getting creeped out there because out of all the nights that my dog starts whining in the middle of the night, fucking telling ghost stories. Anywho, where was I at? Oh, wait. Sorry. Someone help me. I scrolled out. I'm gonna have to go look at the YouTube.
Something about a fart in a dusty room.
So. Oh no. Okay, now I remember the scary dream I had. Okay, I was looking at if I'm looking straight forward, the way that my living room is, the TV is like this. So the couches are like right angle to the TV. So you're watching the TV like this. And then next to the couch, there's like a little end table. And in my dream, I kept hearing like static from like a TV. And I look and then there's like a TV. And every time I turned my head, I could see out of my peripherals that it was turning. So the screen was facing towards me. I was looking away. And as I turned my head, it would 180 turn around so I can only see the back of the TV. And I would keep getting distracted, and I'd be like, fuck this fucking thing. And I tried to force it to stay where the screen was. And when I did that, I grabbed the TV and I literally heard like a glass shattering sound. But it wasn't a TV, a literal that I do not have in my house. I do not own a chandelier. But in the middle of my living room, a chandelier fell and crashed on the ground. And glass shattered everywhere. And at the same exact time, my phone that was in my pocket in this dream started to vibrate. And I picked it up and I said, what, like hello or something. And like in the creepiest voice, it was like, what is this? Or who is this? Or something like that. And I immediately woke up. And the reason I told the story is because my covers were completely off me, off the bed. And my hand was literally up to my head. Like I was literally doing the talking on the phone. I was like, hello, hello, hello. As soon as I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, the scariest dream I've ever fucking had. But yeah, something pulled the covers off me. My body was trying to like make math of the situation, and it in like 1 second's time in real life made me have that dream. It was a nightmare that wake me up. But I don't know what the fuck that was. It was once in a lifetime. Like if I have what I would consider a nightmare, it's always just like an annoying or like hassling or like just some stupid situation. Like I broke my glasses and I'm lost in the airport and I can't read my phone to try to get an Uber out of the place or something like that. Like that's a normal nightmare for me. But I never have like ghosty or like creepy nightmares like that.
I feel like we need Chicha B in this conversation for a ghost story.
Yeah, I would need a dream
That is
interpreter.
her deal.
What does the TV mean? What does that chandelier mean? Sorry, Eagle.
Oh, I was just gonna say that is Cheech's gig, isn't it? The scary shit.
Yeah, that is her thing. I'm not a big fan of the creepy shit, man. It's just never been my thing, really. I don't know. I never got into them, and just every time I'm the dude that gets all freaked out by the fucking scary movies and shit. So I don't like that. Especially like spider movies, arachnophobia or something. Like fuck that, man.
What up?
How you doing, Green 13?
What up?
Good, man. You guys
It's
all right?
actually, yeah. How you doing?
I got new herb, so I'm like up and smoking my new herb like Christmas morning. Only good, not shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a for real ghost town, not less than 10 miles from me. Less than 10 miles. Real true life. It's in the like Michigan history. I don't necessarily want to give the town away because, like I said, it's not far away. But for real, man, it has a lot of history. There was a disease and like an Indian curse there, and when the Indians kind of had cursed the town for like, and everybody got sick there. A lot of kids and shit got sick there. All that's left of the town now is the cemetery. I mean, it was like everybody died out in the town, and they thought it was like the curse. I mean, nobody would move into the town. All the houses that were there kind of like fucking just collapsed in on themselves. Fucking yeah. Once it got marked as bad ground, nobody wanted anything to do with it. I went back there. I drove back there. It's like a 2-track to get there. You know what I mean? And there ain't even like a main road to get there. You have 2 tracks to get there. And then once you find that fucking cemetery, man, you can kind of see where the foundation, where like the church was across the road. And man, it is creepy as shit back there. Even during the day, you kind of get that creepy feeling, like, oh yeah, this is definitely haunted shit.
Like has the
This is definitely where the zombies are gonna start coming.
Yeah, I imagine the place you're talking about. It's like a perpetual overcast with fog for no reason. 365. Like, what the fuck is this?
And for some reason, there's like old porn mags under a tree and stuff. Like,
what would that? Yeah, what would that old? I mean, when do you think the first porn magazine was printed? For when printed
Early.
was like, I
Oh,
mean,
black
like
and white.
Has anyone watched the
a
show
letter.
Plebs?
It was Ben Franklin that got printing going, right?
Has-
So you think it was like one document and nudie pic?
Whichever came first. It
Never-
was like, I've invented the camera. Love, come over here a minute. That's how quick it happened.
I'm pushing
Hey,
the
camera. Okay.
Yeah.
School snaps? Nope.
Nope.
I'm
I would
pushing the date back here on this one. I don't know if anyone's watched the show Plebs. I don't know, maybe Green 13. It's a UK show.
I haven't, but I know it.
Okay. I think the very first episode, like the pilot or one of the very first episodes, is the three main characters all fighting over the possession of a vase that's got nude sculptures on it. It's like, hey man, when are you gonna let me borrow that vase? It's like, oh, I'm not done using it. But it's like the very first it's pre-porno mags. It's like sculptures and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say the old porno mags, like the first printed porno mags, are like the bra and underwear ads that we have in the Sunday papers now. Because I say that because it never dawned on me, dude. It never dawned on me. But when I was working in one shop I was working at, there was an old guy that ran the counter that knew like the old owner. So you know, the guy I worked for was his son, and he would come in all the time, and he was, you know, he was in his 80s or whatever. And it was like one time I seen the guy in the front hand him the bra and underwear ad out of the Sunday paper that they got at the shop or whatever. Like he would come in to get that. Like that was his weekly thing or whatever. And I was like, really? Like, and he's like, yeah, think about it, man. That's the fucking porn mag he's used to. It's printed every damn day now or whatever. I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Don't like all that full nudity. Not sexy enough.
Connoisseur of the bush.
It's something, man. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. It's one of the moments where it dawned on me, like, I guess, yeah, that was pretty much what porn used to be, right? Fucking shit.
I remember the fucking first porn I ever seen, and I actually believe, I remember hearing there's Egyptians had hieroglyphs that actually depicted sex acts. I mean, different sex acts, and it was like common. And I mean, the one I was like, oh shit, they were dirty as shit back then. But I remember the first one I actually seen was in print. It was about that big and a little. It wasn't even like porn mag. It was like something that big, and it was from like the early 30s. And it was like just, it was barely
Like
showing anything. It was more like the flip book. Yeah, it was weird. It was like, oh my god. But yeah, I remember it just in between the size and just flipping through it. It's weird. I was fascinated more by the movement of the flip than I was that it was actually dirty.
At my dad's bar that I used to own, there was like one of those gambling machines that, as you would progress in like a hand of poker, like if you raised the bet and you got a better hand, it was like strip poker, and it was like an animated virtual, you know, stripper that would take more and more clothes off the better hand you would have.
That's funny.
We chatted a little bit. We completely lost 313. All right.
He's like,
Hey, he's the one that segued to the nudie magazines.
he is too.
You muted too. You muted 213.
You know, Smileyy.
That's funny. I was just thinking to myself, I guess these guys were having this conversation about this town, this little village before I arrived, because I was like, hi everyone, and then Eagle was like, so go down this dirt track, and there's this. It's like, I guess you were already talking about something random like that.
Yeah, we were talking about ghosts is what started
Right.
it. He was talking haunted You got haunted houses around you? Is that a thing?
Nah.
No, that's
But weirdly, that you would talk about that. You were just talking about porn, and I remember being a really little kid, like 4 to 8, and some other really little kid showing me her business, like the first bit of show and tell. And funnily enough, that was at a haunted house when I lived down in Devon when I was a child. And we were like, let's go look in the haunted house. And it was like,
that little girl had
pussy,
the devil in her.
nice.
That's why.
Yeah, man, you're
That's
right.
when you're like, no, you can't touch mine. You already broke yours off. What the fuck?
Nah, I was like, damn, okay. I remember it being really pleasant.
Oh, all right.
And being young, but like my parents wouldn't pick me up from school and shit. It was weird. They're fucking alcoholics. So then another woman would pick me up, and then that's how it ended up with that scenario. But it was at a haunted house, so it was kind of weird, covered in ivy and like that one of them burned out old houses, you know.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you wonder why someone doesn't own that, but someone does own it.
Well, I was going to say that reminds me of one situation I had, but I write it off as an Illuminati humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
I was a participant in. But anywho, the locations in those places and being bought up. This is kind of reminding me of a video I came upon. It was like a top 10, and it was like the top 10 seriously most haunted places that you can buy or that are for sale. And it was like everything from some like island off the coast of Italy that was like an insane asylum. And it's beautiful. If you look at it, it's like this an Italian coastal island, and it's got all these old ass Victorian or colonial brick buildings on it. But supposedly no one will step foot on the island because of how badly it's haunted. But it's for sale. Go and buy it.
Just explain that a little further. I mean, makes a lovely story. The reason they won't step foot on the island is because the mafia want you to pay to live there.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, if they're holding down,
we get a lot of these adverts like in the Sunday papers that are like, "Come live in this Italian village for £1. You can have a house for £1." Yeah, but then how much do you have to pay the mafia? You know, it's like,
if you want a fresh fruit basket, I'm gonna break your legs. Yeah, like that. Okay, but there's other places, like one place, and someone can give me a more up-to-date current situation on this, but one of them
in the jungle somewhere or something, I guess.
No, it was even more of a famous, or I want to say famous, but it was John Benet Ramsey's house, the house that she was supposedly murdered in or whatever, and people won't touch it. It's like this really nice, like upper class house in Boulder, Colorado, but supposedly no one will live in it because of the situation that happened there. And the price is like lower and lower and lower and lower. Like houses around it are like $500,000, and this house is like $50,000.
So would you want to move into, like, say, I don't know, whatever, there was Charlie Manson had them slaughterhouses where they wrote on the walls and all that shit, right, in blood, and they had pentagrams written on blood. Would you want to, I mean, they can repaint it and stuff, but is that a house you're gonna want to like move into, knowing the story of like some horrific murder scene happened in there? Or what?
I don't know.
I don't think I would want to, man. That'd be, I don't know.
The answer's no, Smiley, but incredibly, I kind of find it amazing that I'm saying that. Just shut up, get in there, fucking paint it over, and it's just a building. But actually, the answer's no. I'm not rushing to be living there, really, or even around there.
Oh.
So, to kind of mix the two conversations, I haven't even taken any mushrooms tonight. Fucking, would you live in a house haunted by like an old fucking like whore? Like all you heard like weren't even like intimidating noises, but like say fuck noises and shit. Like you're eating dinner and like this voice. The ghost
bang, bang.
Yeah, fucking, you just have to look over. Yeah, it's a ghost.
That'd be an embarrassing hell haunted house to have, man. The fuck's going on?
Just
upstairs?
randomly fucking pulls your hair and shit, kinky shit. Ah, fucking weird ghost. Fucking match.
As soon as you introduce sex, it stops becoming frightening. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting.
He's always smacking your ass and shit every time you bend over. He's like, oh, damn it.
It's like every time and shit. Motherfucker, you gotta stop this shit. Stop with this fucking house. Never nothing mean, but always fucking fun shit. Oh god, that was. Well, I think it would be fucking hilarious. I think there is such a house. There's got to be like an old West whorehouse that's haunted or some shit like that. There's got to be that place. It can't be all bad ghosts. There's got to be some fun ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well,
if I get stuck between realms, I'm gonna want to have some fun with it. I think.
I've been through the Disney's haunted house. They got like the ballroom dance ghosts, and they're all happy ghosts there.
This house 130 years old.
Which one?
This one.
Is
Not
it?
this bit. Not this bit actually, but the rest of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The woman who lives down the street was born in this house and then got married a couple doors up, and she now lives in a couple doors at the end. She's never moved out of this street. The woman's like, I'm guessing she's like 80.
Wow.
But she was born in this house in my old bedroom. Yeah.
Wow.
She's like a bit of the street's history.
No doubt. So she was born in the house, and she never moved away from her parents. So her parents probably lived there then too. Huh? Wow.
Yeah. This was their house and she was born here. And then she got married and moved 2 doors up with her husband. And then she moved 2 doors down before I moved here.
No, dear. We're gonna live 2 doors down from my parents. Like, what did that?
You said 2 doors up. Actually, the house she lives in is the biggest house on the street, and all the others are the same size. So she now lives in the biggest one, which seems right. It's a double one.
That's cool.
It's funny.
But I avoid her like mad, because if you talk to her, she don't shut up. You get stuck in the street, like, yeah. So when I leave my house, I straight cross the road before I walk down the street.
She's probably got some funny ass stories, though.
I know them all. Yeah.
You've had that many encounters that you know about.
And then after a couple years, she'll ask me my name again and shit. You know, it's like, oh. Okay.
And I think that at that point, then you start telling the stories back to them. See if you can
That's a good
get
idea.
similar reaction out of her. I did the similar thing. She might even think it was you.
When I got the dog, she spent half an hour trying to talk me into moving my vet to her vet. And it's like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, the dog's not even sick. It's just been born. And we've had a 30-minute conversation about me moving to your vet. And I didn't even choose the vet. My wife chose it.
Those are the ones where you just agree. Yeah, no, yeah.
Let me walk my dog. It's only allowed to be walked for 12 minutes, and we've been here 30 minutes.
Only allowed. Is that for real?
Yeah, there's that bit at the beginning where it's 5 minutes per month old they are or whatever. So 12 minutes was a bad example.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about some lockdown ordinance or something.
Nah. So I'm loving this shit. This is my Gorilla Glue times gelato.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't think I'm not tasting any Gorilla Glue. Like it seems to be all in the formation. Like it's a much better looking bud.
Yeah.
But it just tastes like gelato, which I love. So that's cool.
think those are pretty two contrasting terpene profiles too, right?
The earthy gorilla gluey thing, just it, like when you come back in the room, I'll tell you what it is. That's when the whole room smells like an Amsterdam cafe. It's earthy ganja smell, you know. But when you smoke it, it smells like strawberry milkshake.
That's literally a note or a descriptor that I use will be the coffee shop weed. I've never been to an Amsterdam coffee shop, but I had one experience where it was one of my buddy's birthdays. Forgot what kind of weed we have. I want to say actually it was like a European strain, like cheese or something. Or maybe it was like
Jack Herrera.
something like that. Well, we smoked in my buddy's basement. We did something else. We came back, I want to say like, I don't know, maybe 2 hours at the longest time. But we came back and it still smelled, not like smoked weed, but like someone had like a big 1 pound bag just like open sitting at the fucking table. It just smelled like the same weed that it tasted like in the joint. It was crazy. So that I was like, that's coffee shop smell right there. I don't know if I have that. but
That's a
I wanna say
wonderful
that was either
thing. That
blackberry.
whole wandering into a quiet Amsterdam coffee shop on a Monday morning is fucking great. But we all smoke better weed now. We don't need to go over there anymore.
No,
But it was neat.
my friend that's a little bit older than me would. I'm letting my friend toot my own horn, but I'm retelling the story. So it's me having my friend toot my horn for me, but he
You got
went
pictures of
there
that?
on an old cell phone. Yeah, if I can find my old who made Voyager? No, yeah, the Voyager. Is it a Motorola? Anyway.
Was that a phone?
Yeah, this is a pre-smartphone. I didn't get a smartphone until 2014, the Samsung 5, Galaxy 5. But no, those pictures weren't on a smartphone, unfortunately.
I was joking, mate. It was about him tooting your horn for you.
Yeah, whatever year it was, I think, do you know the Flower Bomb Kush?
He's like, I know. I've got pictures of the dude tooting my horn. I'm trying to tell you this story.
Yeah. Anyways, it was the year that Flower Bomb Kush won, I guess, the Cannabis Cup. And at the same time I think it was Pineapple Express of all strains. But he was like, yeah, your Pineapple Express is better than the fucking first place Cannabis Cup over there in Holland.
It's no good now. They everything's amnesia haze and all the quality shit. The law's got much tougher. Weirdly, they've gone in the opposite direction to the rest of the world, and things just got shitter. But Spain is where, like for Europe, that place where you'd go to meet now would be in Spain. Mm-hmm. We go to Barcelona, and so it's like that's like Amsterdam 20 years ago.
That's crazy that they want to push that out too of Amsterdam. I've heard that people complain about that or have discussions about that where they're like not wanting the tourism. And it's like, dude, ever since I can remember, that was the only reason to really want to go to, I mean, in the US, I mean, that was why we wanted to go. We wanted to see the High Times Cup. We wanted to fucking smoke. Now it's legal and it's like, wow.
And the thing is, in Amsterdam, most people, they walk 1 square mile or like 1.5 square miles. The rest of the city is for the rest of the Dutch people. They don't need to be bothered with you. You won't go in the suburbs. There's nothing there for you. So why do they give a shit? It's like Piccadilly Circus. It's never going to be anything except like party and shops. So it's fine.
You never go further than 1 block from the canal.
Basically. Yeah. You can't anyway because the canals are in rings, but
you'd think they'd want to try to, I mean, they've always had that tourism. You'd think they'd want to make efforts to try to keep it, especially when it's more competitive now. Like you say, hey, we'll just go to Barcelona or we'll go, or here in the US, we can just go to another state, a different, I can go to Colorado and check out what they got going on instead, or whatever.
Weirdly, you think Dutch people with pornography and red light districts and like legal everything really, or at least, you know, you can go and jack up and Needle Park and so all sorts of organized stuff. They're actually really conservative. It's just that they put those things in place, and because it's sort of like, can you get them the fuck away from me, rather than it being, can you do that shit over there where I don't come? And that's how they dealt with it. They're actually quite a conservative people, I believe that's what the score is. And so more and more they're pushing out that stuff. And we're rowdy when we go. The British people are rowdy and drink too much and act like twats, because that's what we do.
That's what we do. No, I'm sure. Yeah, there's goods and bads with it, pluses and minuses.
Mm.
And if it wasn't a big part of their economy, I mean, maybe it's more trouble than it is worth. You know, it's like,
if you go back a bit, even just 10 years, I think there were like 500 coffee shops. So big business as far as, yeah, I'd say you don't go to Amsterdam for any other reason. Like, they're, you know, the buildings are cute and stuff, but it's a very flat, rainy country with a lot of greenhouses on it. Most of it's reclaimed land. It's fucked, really. Like, it gets flooded because it's just flat. So queer.
Yeah, that is true. I've heard that. Real flat. Don't they deal with like water or oceans rising too, or something like that?
Yeah.
Those damn ice caps, man, they just keep melting.
I think so.
Or something.
Now we're into global warming then? Is that?
I didn't make
Spin the
that.
wheel.
Did
Global
I say
warming.
that?
Religion.
Yeah, might as well.
I almost started the fucking wheel the other day. I forgot about it, man. It was at the tattoo shop. I was gonna I seen, he already had a piece of board that was already cut in a circle about 30 inches.
Oh yeah.
We had to have, there's so we print t-shirts right there. I'm like, is that yours? Because I know the shop well. And that piece of wood ain't usually sitting there. They're like, no, that's his. I'm like, I was gonna snag that bitch. So I go up there, I'm like, hey, what's up that piece of wood back there? What's gonna do?
So what's it going to be? Is
Make
it
it
going to be a
fucking-
little table, or is it going to be like
Vertical or horizontal? Vertical or horizontal?
We
I
need
want
the
some
wheel.
girl in a bikini pulling that fucking wheel.
Okay, is this a Price is Right wheel or a Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't make it too swanky. You guys be getting off course all the time just to see the girl in the fucking wheel.
Bring her in.
We do have to have like a couple wild cards on there, right?
Damn song.
Yeah, there
playing.
is. Show's over.
It's like the bank.
Yeah, it was that.
But we all got to have something like crazy, like attempt a handstand bong rip or dab or something like that, or you know. No, just me. Okay.
No, yeah, something weird. Maybe not that. That's doable, actually. You just get a more rubbery hose and
gotta
keep the
lean up
bong
against the
oriented
wall.
right. Yeah.
Okay, we'll make a
Then I would
section
have to
called
send out
Red Pills
fucking-
Challenge.
Then there would have to be gift baskets set out. You'd have to be like, all right, here's your wormhole gift basket. Here's your rubber hose. Just in case you're laying on the wheel, you might have to fucking prop yourself up against the wall and smoke upside down. Or
Drink the bong water, drink the rig water. Come on, let's do it. Some funny stuff
That'd be
on there.
better with a rig than a bong, huh?
I've done it.
Have you? You animal.
Drink rig water? Yeah, I did it one time because I literally convinced myself. I'm like, hey, it's not like bong water, right? It's better, right? There's not.
Yeah, it's better, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, and I drank it. And I'm like, ugh, that was disgusting. It literally.
there you go,
Those
right
gross.
there. That could be
Never
one.
again will I
Drink
do
your
that.
bong water.
No. It's not not recommended. It's not recommended. That's bad enough when you get like when you take like you're taking a big hit or whatever and you go to clear it and it's too full or something. The water comes up in your mouth and shit and you're all like, ah.
Yeah, that's the worst. Weirdly though, you can separate it though, can't you? You can be like, I'll hold that and deal with the smoke and then spit that out, or whichever way it is.
Yeah, you don't waste the smoke. Or you get the rookie that blows into the thing, pushes.
Oh, that happened one time. That same buddy that I was just talking about that fell down drinking the fucking UV in the middle of the street, he blew into a bong one time.
No, like
we used to have some odd ones where we'd make them on the night, and I've seen a dude put his mouth on the cone. Like we'd use cones where they pop through, and like we passed him the bong because it was his go, and he put his lips on the fucking hose, which sometimes would be the right end, but it wasn't. It had the cone in it, and because we'd been gunning on it, the cone was fucking red hot.
Yep.
So he just got this red fucking burn mark on his lips. It's like, yeah, you fucking
burning.
But that same dude, we also sat for like 2 hours waiting for the weed man to turn up, and the weed man never turned up. And we were like, "Rude boy, you want a bong?" And he's like, "Yeah." So we handed him a bong, and he popped it. He was like, "That was good." And it was like, "Yeah, it was tobacco, dude. You know we haven't got any weed. What the fuck? We're sitting here waiting for the man." So yeah, we're not friends with him anymore.
Y'all got a friend like that, I guess.
Yeah. I gotta kick the dog out.
Coming up on the 20.
Kick fast. Oh, that dude's all right.
Yeah. So what's the craziest dab you've done then, Red?
Craziest dab I've done. Well, the first thing I can think of isn't a single dab. On my channel, I have a video of me doing, in the course of a 9-minute and 15-second long video, I take 11 dabs. But like I said, it was maybe having like an 8.5 minute period. More dabs per minute, but that ended up being. That could be one crazy considered thing.
Yeah, I mean, fuck oxygen when you got,
Right. Yeah. When you got THC to breathe, you don't need oxygen.
Was it an e-rig? How were you keeping it hot?
Yep. It was
okay.
Yeah. You know. I'm trying to think of something.
You didn't do the nose dab?
Rack my brain.
Amazing. I'm not crazy dabber by any means. Probably the craziest one I did was the first hot as fuck one when somebody roaches you.
You can't. I don't even know what I was going to say. I know Eagle's laughing at me because I'm getting cross with the dog. But like, fucking shut the fuck up! I just let you out.
I thought of it. I thought of the craziest dab I did. Well, this isn't, like I said, this is another crazy dab. I can't think of the crazy. This is the craziest, or maybe that is what my brain can think of at the fastest time. But Colorado High Times Cannabis Cup, I think 2015. So I didn't get to go the 14 year. The 2014, I had eye surgery at the same time. I forget, but the following year when I was actually living in Colorado, the last High Times Cannabis Cup that they had in Colorado, one of the very first booths that we went up to was the Clear, the distillate, extra funny, like how I got now. But they had a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like first in line, and then they do like I don't know, lollygagging or some shit before they get the e-nail set up. But I was like one of the first people in line, and there was a huge long line of people behind me, and they were like, "Come on, let's go!" You know, like kind of like rushing the people, and they're like, "Okay, let's dab this guy out." And for whatever reason, they wanted to make like a spectacle of it. And they're like advertising their stuff. And they're like, okay, let's see what happens to this first guy or whatever. And then I'm like, I said something to him. I'm like, is this going to help with my glaucoma? And then he said, like, oh yeah, because staring at a TV screen for the next 2 hours is really good for glaucoma while I'm taking the dab. And I do the dab and he's like, you like that? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, something set in to where he like snapped back and he's like, wait, maybe this guy needs it for medicine. He's like, hold on, I got something for you, buddy. And then he's like, I wasn't going to whip this out till maybe day 2. But he went back to what he was calling pineapple CBD. And it was a CBD distillate with I don't know, Pineapple Express or Pineapple Fields or some kind of pineapple strain terpenes reconstituted into it. And then he went like a huge scoop, maybe because I was talking shit right before that. But he went like to a scoop where this thing was like maybe 2 feet long of a droop from the dabber to where it was falling off. And he's like, here you go. And then I did that next dab. And this is how I know you can actually get high or get fucked up off of CBD. Obviously, if it's a 2 foot long dab, you're going to feel something. But I did that whole
Good
dab.
terps, maybe, do you think? The terps more than
Well,
the.
here's the thing is I did that dab and my whole interior of my mouth, from the inside of my lips and my teeth and my tongue and the roof of my mouth, literally condensed with those terpenes because of how much fucking concentrate was there. And I did the whole dab, blew it out, and in a second it was like a lightning bolt, like a strike of sweaty highness where my body broke out in a sweat from the top of my head down to my fucking shins, like in a second. And then he's like, there you go, I hope that helps. I'm like, whoa, yeah, that has to be one of the craziest dabs I took. One, because it was in public in front of like 500 people, and 2, because he probably doubled down on me because I was talking shit, or maybe he felt bad because I said the glaucoma thing, and he was probably thinking like, oh, I was trying to make a fool out of this guy by fucking him up off of dab. People have done that too, like a Lazy Lion or a Speakeasy. Colorado Springs was a social thing before there was allowed. It was not legal, but people did it anyways. And people would do that to me too. If they didn't know me and they thought I was new there, they'd be like, hey, come here, and do the same thing, like do a huge hot and hurty dab. Like think I was someone that there was gonna get fucked up off of it and they were gonna all laugh at me. And I do the dab and they're like, oh, I guess this kid dabs or something like that.
You're
Like,
bottom of the list, this kid dabs. Like, of the list of people I'm going to pick on to try and make a fool of with the dab rig, you're bottom of the list, my friend.
but I was a complete stranger to them, so they were thinking I'm just the next dummy coming up and hitting the rig. Nope.
I was gonna say that was cool of that guy to give you a big ass stab like that. I bet.
Yeah, it was actually, because in the vibe I got, like his attitude changed. And he, like I said, he wasn't like spectacleizing it, like talking loud enough for people to hear it. He was just like, okay, here, see if this helps. And then, like I said, he went, he just had no regard for how much he got on the dabber. Just went right across the whole fucking slab of it. It was like, in my imagination, it was like a foot long or like 2 feet long, but
Nice.
a huge dab. Huge dab. Probably over a gram, for sure.
So it's on the wheel then.
Yeah.
Red does crazy dab.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
That is a good idea.
Red does a crazy dab. I like that.
Finish your concentrate jar.
I'll get like a little heat gun, get this warm enough to just.
Oh, that's no good for. Yeah, you need to start carrying some gram jars, rude boy, if we've got that on the list.
Woo! I'll do that one day. That's not too big of a deal. I don't know how in a soon fashion I'll be able to do that once I have a little bit. If there's another stimulus check coming out, maybe I'll do that, but I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I'd love to. My body can handle it. I'll do that for entertainment's sake and just historical reference wise, but yeah, not right now.
It's 420, so cheers, yeah.
Ooh, I'm going in.
Yo, 420.
I don't get why you sat there with it.
I tell you what, man. I think it's this fucking hunk of ash, man. I was smoking on this thing, the same hunk last night. It's a little laughy. I think it's got me again tonight.
It is catchy.
I fucking at one point, man, I heard this every Friday and Saturday night. Well, I heard it every day. I actually I think I told you guys this day at one point, man. Helped start a Mexican restaurant at one point. And every weekend, Fridays and Saturday nights, after we close the place, we'd push all the fucking tables aside and it'd be like a fucking, kind of like a Mexican after hours. And this shit would be all fucking blasted and shit. You'd listen to this shit.
You know, that leads into a question I wanted to ask like a week ago, but I just thought it too rude to interrupt with such a silly question. But I've been dying to know, what is everyone's favorite Doritos soda? If you have one.
Favorite what?
Doritos. It's a Mexican soda brand. They make like an endless amount of different flavors.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Never heard of it.
Actually, I have, and I don't know if I've only tried like one of them, and I don't know if it's the subliminal "don't drink the water" or whatever. But I remember that shit actually cleaned me out like fucking no tomorrow. So I never went back to try any other flavors. I still giggle when I see this shit.
There I go.
Like,
Touching this
with that.
Touchy subject. How could I have known that? Oh boy. I thought it was going to be a happy thing. I thought everyone was going to like do cartwheels and be like, I love guava. I love fruit punch, pineapple. Okay.
Oh, you like those too? Wow.
It's just me. It's just me. I'm torching up.
No, man, it makes me drift off into a little, like happy place. I'm totally down with it. I get why you like it. While you were playing it, I was looking at my phone and I was fucking. It was like you lot suddenly didn't exist. It
is super catchy.
That's good. I used to work in the area of town that, yeah, we'd hear that kind of music quite often pulling up the summertime or whatever. It was right by a street corner too, so like the light would stop and it'd be like, like I was cracking up about it. Yeah.
Fuck, I love coffee, man. Damn.
You do? Coffee?
So much coffee. I would drink another one right now, but I gotta wait a minute.
Some people, it makes them sleep. I heard somebody telling me that too. They drink like coffee at night or whatever. Like, yeah, fuck, puts me out. And I'm like, what?
It doesn't put me out, but it doesn't stop me sleeping now. If I get it on, then it's not. It's like some people say to you, "Oh, when I smoke too much weed, it just makes me go to sleep." Well, that doesn't really happen to you, does it? Because you've got a buffer zone. So it happened later in the day, maybe. But it's the same with the coffee. After supper, the first thing I want is a coffee so I can slam a couple more fat ones before I pass out. But, it's all part of a wind down thing for sure, rather than just it's an all day.
I'm drinking coffee all day. I'm drinking coffee right now.
Yeah, I don't like it if my coffee habit drops off a bit. Like, I don't feel I have such good days, really. Like,
That doesn't.
You know, what I
maybe.
found out is if I can shake it for a couple of days, you know what I mean? Keep this coffee at bay for a few days. I have a ton more energy. I think it actually anymore works like Ritalin. It actually burns up my energy more than it creates.
I find if I can stave off the coffee, and this only happens if I'm unwell, I smoke way less weed.
That's not good.
Without
No. So we keep them in balance. It's called kindness.
Yeah, no doubt. So we got a busy week to start or what? It's Monday.
Yeah, but everything's in place to do. Like, I gotta pat myself on the back. I'm crazy organized now. I've done this a bunch of times. So yeah, a lot to do, but it's all laid out in front of me so that I can just walk in and start doing it and not be in mess and not make mess. So in a way, I'm way back to me personally. I'm way back to that weed lifestyle and that definite thanks and, you know, love for Mary Jane and love for the process. And yeah, I'm loving cultivating again, really.
I understand that too, because you can get kind of burnout on it and whatever. It gets frustrating, but or especially when you have a problem or something didn't go like you wanted it to. That's when it really gets frustrating.
That's when it really gets frustrating because you can't get your spanners out and take it apart and put a new seal in and put it back together because it's a 3-month cycle. And that's when you're like, oh, I fucking hate this now. Because you got to wait and be patient and see it all burned up and all fucking not as good from that one stupid thing you did with back guano or whatever.
But for one thing frustrating for me was I kept thinking I had more space than I actually had, and I would try to run entire packs of seeds. And then come into the problem, we're like, wait a second. I got enough room to have all the seedlings in red cups in a 2x2, but what happens when I transplant? They won't all fit in a 3x3. And I'm growing like half the plants in the 2x2, half the plants in 3x3, mixing plants in and out of flower, rotating.
You're just
them.
forcing progression.
Yeah. I would have had an easier time just having one clone that I was satisfied with and just getting tired of eventually.
It's impossible. I tried it. It's impossible.
I know. Yeah.
But there are dudes, aren't there? There are dudes who have 3 varieties and they've had them 20 years and they won't smoke yours. They just want to smoke theirs.
Well, Coot, for one example, he's had the one.
Yeah.
Talks about that often.
Yeah.
He's had that since like the 80s or some shit, man. Like I mean, it must be fucking killer to, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. I thought Sunset Sherbet was it for me for a while. I was like, this is it. But all it was is it just had so much THC that it stood out from the others, but it wasn't any better. In fact, it was maybe quite a weak profile as far as.
But there's quite a lot of people that smoke for effect versus terpene profile too. So that's another thing.
Sorry. In the strain of in the case of the 20 years, though, I mean, I think it's fair enough that somebody needs to ask the question, like, do you drive the same car? Because it could be just one of the things where you get in that rut where I'm never changing this. I still drive the same car for 20 fucking years. When I planted this strain, I bought this car.
I picked up that car in this car.
Just afraid to change. That could be a thing too.
I don't know. I got my old truck I've had since 2008, early part of 2008. So.
And what is it?
It's a GMC pickup truck.
Oh, truck. I thought you were going to tell me about a strain.
I love switching strains of cannabis, but I've got my same old truck. I don't know.
Well, see, I haven't ever had to have that. I haven't ever had to have my favorite either I've never had to have something that became my favorite for maybe longer than maybe either 2 or 3 cycles. Something ended up happening to where I only grew it either one time, maybe if I've only smoked it one time. Maybe I ran out of pack of seeds and I could never find the same phenotype of it, or I cloned something and then maybe I got busted like a couple months later. You know what I mean? I've never got to have something that I got to love, like, ooh, I really like this more than anything else. But like I was saying, I never got to keep something 5, 10, 15 years and figure out if you get tired of something that you really, really, really like. You know?
But I do, because it's only 3 to 5 times, and then I'm like, I can let that go now. And then it's obviously as soon as you let it go, you're like, oh, that was the shit though.
Yeah, you got to be able to miss it though. That's the thing, man. Like you gotta lose it enough to where you miss it, and then put it back in the rotation and be like, that's right, I did love this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a new thing for you again. That's why you can't just have the one. You got to have a break from it so that you love it again.
I suddenly feel like this isn't about ganja anymore.
That's why the Mormons and
I was thinking the same thing, Green Thursday.
if we could just have many
I don't know.
many wives.
Subliminally could be part of it.
That's funny.
Cool.
Oh man. So any big plans this week for anybody? Anybody?
I'm gonna get that container garden started this week before Memorial Day, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Get it on. What are you putting in it?
Peppers, bell peppers, spicy peppers, maybe a couple cherry tomatoes.
Nice.
Oh, my dad agreed with the cutting off of the pots too. Because like I said, they're small pots. Rather than bury them a couple inches deep, we're just gonna cut the bottoms off probably.
If there's holes in the bottom, you might just be able to cut from hole to hole to hole real quick with a something.
No, we got an assortment of tools to do that with. My dad will probably, over exaggerate. He's gonna get like a sawzall or a fucking, I don't know, some kind of fucking skill saw, or I don't know.
Measure it to precision and cuts same opening.
Make a rig. Make a pot cutting rig.
There you go. Cool, guys. I'm gonna jump out though. I'm crashing out, and I do got a busy one tomorrow, so I get to get up and make sure there's a garden going now outside. So I have like a day project all day.
That's nice, man. You look wicked.
Yeah, it's fun. Should be fun.
You're gonna be. Wait till midsummer, Smiley. You're gonna be spread thin. Is this honestly your first garden? Is this your first garden or all the other?
At this house, yeah. But,
and watering and weed can be a fucking full-time job.
Can be. I got some helpers for it, so it'll be all right. So, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what they say the first week or two.
Like getting a pet, right? Like they fucking don't take long, and you're like cleaning up after it.
My daughter's amazing, man. She's fucking okay. We're doing worms. She'll come along. She'll check out what we're doing. Hands in, hands out. She's gone. Not doing worms no more. You do the rest.
Yeah, attention span or whatever. I don't know. It'll be fun. I mean, hopefully they'll get into it, and it'll be a every year thing, So,
yeah.
Cool. Getting their hands in there, getting the microbes on them, matching their microbiome, all that good stuff. It's just great, healthy stuff. Doing it with Grandpa, that old boy. Yep, get him. I'll have to get some overalls, and then get my grandson this matching pair of overalls, so we can have to change them just to go out to work on the garden.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Clone him up.
He loves it too. He's always out there following me around when I'm doing shit. It's hilarious. Because one day I was like carrying stuff, so I was going from the front yard to backyard kind of thing. and he'd make it like a third of the way following me the one way, and I was already going back the other way, and then he'd turn around, he'd make it about a third of the way that way, and I was already going back again, you know. So it was kind of funny. Yeah. But,
Right, I'm all wore out, just trying to keep up.
right? Won't be long though. He'll be running circles, or he'll be off doing his own thing. Probably is what more than likely. Playing a video game or something. That'll be the battle. But yeah, man.
Burning ants.
You'll have to double up on updates. You'll have to keep us updated on the garden and the garden.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just realized.
Add it in, man.
Now you gotta add a fucking S to your name.
Garden.
Now it's not Smiley's Garden anymore. It's Smiley's Garden. Yeah. There you go. Multi-update.
I'll have to start a new IG page with an S on it. A Z on it. I'll put a Z on it. Be like cool.
Dollar sign. Dollar sign.
Man. What are those?
It's my raspberry bed.
Oh yeah. I got a whole
Wicked.
bed of strawberries too. I seen you had a bed of strawberries.
I do, yeah.
That is like 3 different kinds.
Mm.
This year, I've got to make sure I cut all the things between them.
Yep.
Because otherwise, I only just really learned that. Because otherwise, they just keep spreading, and you don't get very many strawberries. Shut the.
I love it because before when she was a puppy, you were like, "Oh, my puppy, I so adore my." Now he's like, "Shut the."
Yeah, you come to my house and menstruate on my floor for a month. We're gonna fall out.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. She's going through her cycle. But yeah, man, I hope everybody does have a good week. It's always fun hanging out. So,
Yep.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.
Hopefully we'll see you tonight. Have a good day, bro. It is pretty funny though. About the dog.
Yeah, man.
It could be a fucking trying time, brother. I've got three girls that fucking do that shit. And not only that, I have 3 boys as well. So I get the fucking crying on both ends. I can. There's times of the year where I can literally go insane for fucking dogs.
I believe it. Like, it's everything. It's just a member of your family, so you can't get too pissed off. But the real of it is, I actually hate that side of things. I hate that side of things, but I have got a young daughter, and I feel like the universe was like, you need to find out a bit about this. So here's a puppy, and now there's that fucking mess. Now you know about it. Anyway, it is what it is. It's all part of it, isn't it? She's an amazing creature.
It's worth it. I love it. I put up with it. I mean, my dog tortures me, so
Yeah.
love him though.
See, it's for me. It's a little stressful, is because there's more women in the house than they. So when the women dogs go into heat, the women in the house, because the dogs are going, the boys are going nuts. Of course, it's sided the one way. So it's the boys that are getting yelled at. You motherfuckers gotta shut up. I'm like, it's the girls. It's the fucking girls driving them nuts. That's what's making them cry. It's them. You know, it's the back and forth. Well, you should get them fixed. You should get the boys fixed. You should get the girls fixed. I'm like, this is the way I look at it too. I'm like, we can get these boys fixed all we want, but them fucking girls are still gonna get knocked up by one of these goddamn weekender dogs that seem to come up and knock them up. You know, the last 3 fucking litters we've had, it's like, them are my fucking dogs. That's definitely a weekender dog right there. I don't even know where she hooked up with that dog at.
That's crazy.
It's a weekender dog right there. Yeah, not even signs of mine. So yeah, get
Especially
the
if
girls
you're
things. It only makes
like-
more sense.
One comes out like a Rottweiler. You're like, what the?
I've moaned about the mess, but actually the worst thing is walking her on a lead. Like fuck, because to stop her getting fucking weekend banged up, because she's too young anyway, really, first season. But walking a big dog like that on the lead is so fucking boring. She's better behaved now, though.
These
Not what
dogs,
you want.
we live out the country, man. We just let them out, and then we just got a couple of them that just happen to know the way. I got one that's it's tiniest dog, Coco, and she'll actually go out with the other dogs because they'll go out with like girls go out with girls, boys go out with boys,
Right.
usually. You know what I mean? And then fucking Coco will actually like trick the other girls. Like she'll like wait at the door, like she wants to go outside, and then like she'll take one step out, and then the other girls will like rush by, and like she'll just go back in the house. And when they come back, she'll take off, and she's always the one that gets pregnant. That's the one that always gets pregnant right there. It's like she's got the hookup that she don't want the other dogs to know, the other girls to know about. Is what it's like. She's like, yeah, you follow my path. But it's over. I love my dogs, but I'm over dogs. I'd like to see the number come down to a few. One.
Yeah. None.
If I move out to Michigan, I'll
One
take
old
it.
one.
Right now, I can't.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
take one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
My wife's going to be in
I
her
want to say
60s when this dog dies.
I
That's what you
don't.
say.
Sometimes I feel bad for my dog not having because a lot of it is because last year in the situation, like right when I got him January 6th, 2020. So right before shit hit the fan. And he didn't get that proper breaking in socializing time with dogs. Luckily, he's good. Doesn't have any aggression or anything. But yeah, I mean, he's deprived of just having his like a buddy that he gets to play with, off leash whenever he wants to. My plan was to get him, and I still wanted the purpose or the reason I have my dog now is because I was already in line to get basically a dog from the same person. So if I was still living in Colorado, that inevitably probably already in this year and a half time would have happened. So I would have 2 dogs right now that were up to me. Don't make
My
my
breeder wouldn't let us. He was like, you don't want to do that. And like, he was definitely right. But like, there is that part of it, that companion part of it, where like the dog's barking at me now and just being an arsehole, and it could be being an arsehole with another fucking dog.
Yeah.
Not that would piss the neighbors off any less.
Because my dog's, he's so routine, it's just like a thing where it's like, okay, it's time to do something, and it's like play with your ball.
They all like that.
Yeah. So like for him to be occupied with something more, it's like he needs my attention. Attention could be, like I said, on another buddy, basically. Sister, girlfriend. If I did have if I had 2 dogs that weren't fixed, a lot of people would be getting free pets.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm actually gonna do the shout outs tonight. I skipped out last time.
It's good timing, brother.
Well, always a pleasure, guys. Red Pill, Green 13. Glad you guys popped in.
Thank you, my friend. Nice one, Red Pill. See you later, guys. Have a great day.
No problem. See you later, Green 13. Thank you, Eagle. I feel like it was another good covering of all bases in this wormhole tonight.
Yeah, it's won some bases we haven't touched a bit there. That's for sure.
We're spinning our own topic wheel, you know. I like it. I'm good. I'm rapid fire like that. I don't mind switching topics like that. You know.
We need to start coming up with some topics because I've definitely got a design in my head, and it's not a big wheel, but maybe I'm thinking like a 30-inch, not a like pull, but a spin.
Right.
Tick, 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 you know what I mean?
I'm wondering,
cut
like,
into it like a pie style.
yeah, the bigger the wheel, the more, I guess, even spaces you can get. And then I was thinking though, like if you were going to do the end show thing, would you divide in half one piece, you know, like the old bankrupt thing in the Wheel of Fortune? They got the little $10,000 little sliver in between it. Would you
Yeah,
make it like that?
that's what it's gonna be. It'd be like, say, if you know, you put it in the clock and it's in the 12s in most categories, like it's like a 2 hour, you know, it'd be a sliver. Yeah, it's not gonna be a big hunk. It's gonna be a sliver, you know.
And then, you know, you got to think of like every grow topic too. Like you can't just be like, oh, we're going to talk about growing. There's has to be like a trimming thing or a defoliating thing or a breeding thing or um, you know, harvest time or a curing method thing. You know, there has to be like one little slot for each one of those.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be for sure. I'm thinking there's got, you know, it's got to be a wide variety of cannabis topics, but then again, I think maybe opposite of like end show. I want a sliver that's like maybe conspiracy theories, you know what I mean? Or maybe even like a quarter of that, you know, of the, you know, a certain percentage,
Right.
maybe 20, 15, but like divided up into like sub cliques, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's maybe like aliens, government, Illuminati, you know, something like that. Something, you know, a little bit more specific for, you know, dealer's choice. Conspiracy theories. Dealers.
Well, as fun as the wormholes now are, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when we actually make that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to let you do your shout outs though, but thank you again for having me. And I always enjoy being here. Thank you, Eagle.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
LED Grown Gardens. Cheers to you. That's a new name right there. Might as well put it out on the list while I've got it out. Cheers to you. Getting ready to do the shout outs. My list is order. Man, the list is pretty long these days, or getting pretty long. Holy cow, it's page 1. Page 2. I should actually just number these bad boys. Actually, this version's falling apart. I need to just break down, much like Jason Eyestone and Ned Never have suggested for way too long. Put it in digital form. LAD Grown Gardens. Cheers. You are now on the list. All right. Jesus, that's not right. Uncle Elmer, cheers to you. Man, I'm all out of coffee too. Nothing to drink. I don't think not even a drop. Not even a drop of coffee. I already got that off too. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get some music. I know I got to throw a commercial right out of the way. First up. Man, I think it's just because I know I ain't got nothing to drink that I want to drink so badly. Shout out. Cute. Jungle. She just says she's ready. Almost ready. I'm gonna pause it. Ready, Cheech, here we go. Sub cool. D's House of Day, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG 89, Unplugged 705, Medical Mobility, Get G, the Red Road, 9G 207, Fabian Salinas, Kids Not Here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo, Dope, T-Dog, Gun Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Girl, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Goodard, Songman, Okie Grow 75, Corey Trevor, Mike Wallace, Movich 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don, Slug, Rick S. in the Bushes 827, James Simmons, Kevin Hahn, World Class Hope Pat's found 420, Vitamin to Dirt Road Dude, Kenny Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Russell, Dad, Goblin, Back to Buzz, Like Your F Tone, 710 Canucks, Ken Queen, Genetics, Sammy Tanazi, Food Dirt Man, Dan, Keith Black Sales, Keith, Mr. Both Sus, Sim Premium Gardens, Rasa Bob, Rasa Jess, Spoil, Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty, Bugs, Norm, Michigan Micro, Ouija Bugs, Steph G. Roy, Big Jar Rose, JC, Modern Genetics, So We Nerd, John, Last PPJ, 15 Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Production, Stank Grower, TOA Grow Meds, Fish Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Tennessee, Nutrient Shootout, Snotty Nicky, Zoe Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Miss Madam T, Sumo Grower, Kenny Creek, Loki Grows, this guy, Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Studio Ultras, Forest Snow, Nerds, Kelly Connections, Wolverine, Grown, Big Shark, Rose, with Jimmy One for Life, way back, Farmer, D Block, and then P Nations, Creations, Amber, Lalana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Wendell, Big Ed 1961, Matawana G3, Green Click, J&K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkly, Brittany and Tyler, Teaser, Hope Farms, Lisa and John, Lisa G, John, P2 Creation for you, BGWG 420, but Dr. Bonswell, from OG. I see you in chat. Cheers. Hopefully you're well. Arthur, such community. Arthur, just space 420, East Coast for Sir, Howell, Trade Low, keep it real high. Your 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit everywhere. PT, Double E, Rose, Fingers, Green Puppet Man, Elegant, Boycott, Seth Life, School of Crop, Creek, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farms, Aids Farms, Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, No Sale About Wins, Keegan Microphonics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary James, Ben Garden, Dreamer 77, Double D, Mitch, Bad Bunny, Nutrients was in chat. Mr. Green Pops, Mr. Green Notes from 619-684, Spaniard, Junior Jones for the Grove, Papa G, Grows, Raz, Amy, Joe Grows, Cast, the Grow from Your Heart Podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Miranda Family Farms, Stony, Creek Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Soil, Jason Ice on P. Webb, David Bone, Mason 662, Scruggy Scarton, Fourth Cabot, Crow, Haley, Ted Brad Family Farms, Holly P. Jordan, Kevin Joji, Mike Honcho, Jay, Huggins, UTA, Green Tree Hunters, Kush Cloud, Joshua Season, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S. Claire, Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Rose, Evergreen, Hayes, G Friends, Tree, and MJ, Matt Ass, Say Ball, Dragonfly D, Justin Merrill, Travis Wall, Lucky Mike, Seattle, Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Chaggy from Blasco Seed, Shango Gas from Bassett Lake, John Smith, Tommy Draco, Hope King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Clayton Pilots, Oxy Reed Jr., Matt Silver, Indo 11, Septi B, Sharp Cody 989, Bob Brown, 5 in the Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Tommy Draco, Joe Y, Bugs 1313, Girls Painted Lady, Frank Blue, Jay Myers, Mid, the chat, that's Manny D, Baggy C, Doc B, GC, Jeff Schroeder, 911, Dutch Road, Scallywag, Skillbone 1, Medgrower 1, Empire Brady Folks, Rolly, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Sandy Danko, B Bear 7, Allie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Moody Jester, Smoking Whisk, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Grove, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Dorm, Michigan, Quarter, Double Tap, The Street Dump, 420, 808, Rudy Prospects, Caleb Bus Driver, 8 Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grove, P. Dassanian, T-Ben, GM. 426.96, Rude Nuts, Hammer Needman, Dr. Scrambles, BB, Woo Rocks, HF, J, Virus, Green, Self Grower, 86, 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Warrior, Idea, Speed Growing, Nature's Nuts, Killer Bee Roach, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Q, Soul Life 420, Dr. Excuse me, Bully for Life, the Jeffro 420, Beat the 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn, I made Ted's Test. The Riffin' Fat Boy Jack Greensaw, 420, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie's Farm, 420, Alders, Smiley's got JT, Smith, T Trunk, Smoky Rope, Frazier, Rope, Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Baxley, Jill Carter, Mystic Park, Mystic Grower, Extent CTE, Rose A, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Tuck 420, Ken Cooper, Blind Cat 420, lined up against him, UKSIF 420, Boot Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical, MJ, Huntsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, that is. Dangman 420, Dangman Dan, Red Sun Farms, Good Bill, Joni Bell, TCB, Most Hated Brewer, the Major John 420 on the Major, the American one, W Digger 714, Serape, Theo, Genetic Farms, guys ready to hit that hot pot. Chris Mertz, Ian, Save Robbie, Sergeant Life, Pepper Fake Game, Finger Lake Fire, the Pitch, Rich Cats, Those are Moon, Southern BT Grower, Choose Medical, Jailbread, 1+1, Mushroom, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little Tents, 2042, Spacewalker, Christian Tree Mob, T. Barrington, Tired Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Phil, Heidi Day, Black Garden, John Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farm, P. Pacific Northwest, C. Ross, Kaya, Paul, Lemon, Hopeful, Trent, Rita Sushi Lakes, 420 Rant Manual, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle, 90-inch Colas, Chris Lou, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, Jay Wires, Dan, The Indoor Man, Bromies, Homies, Hamilton, Bros, Flip Smoke, Keystone, Canada Flag, PA, Big High, Sun 10, Eugene, Relay, Ace 3 Hustle, Fred Dark, Carlos, North Arizona, Beard, Rope, with 20, No Solid, Jesse White, Castain, Yeti, Introvert, Genetic, Social J, Big Fixin', Robin, Killer, Mr. 8, Killer, Mo, James Butter Creek, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seabag, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Orte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dora, Antenna Seed, Fab Carries, K, Mike Rubles, and Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moo, Popco 719, Banquet Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Bug, Floor Wash, Miss Weed Bunch, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Hacho Grown, Floor Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Glass Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum Gone, God, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jam, McBodie Face, So Many Scat Swats, Fuck Google and you, I'm going well, baby. Canadian Resort Farm, we'll call right Zuffner. Hummel Farms, Tannery Farms, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell, 9782, Skunk Packs, Martial Artists, 2012, Micro Slate Hefner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Roger, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Monkey Balls, Andrew Chaplin, Bobby Lynn Means, Mr. Mac, Tonya Baloney, Trench Digger, Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty Country Roots, here on Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, TV 101, Bunsen Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Peter B-Man Farm 616, Down Up North, Max Groom, and Ruby. Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beast, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kimbus 03, Turf Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolf Scene, Firestone, Wally, Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Ross, Bob, Whitefeather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tone Grows, Dank, K-Man Grows, DX Gunner, 81, Smith, Duke, Grows, Sean McCann, Mr. Munchin, Jason Munch, Dank Agenda, Walla Walla Cannon, Grow, Bulldog, Huron, Cannabis Council, Alyssa, Parrish, Rock Band, Justice Smith, 420, Ben, Fresh Grow, Friday, Herbs, Highball, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Growing, Love for the Plant, Argo, American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Ice, Surf Crab, Micro Groom, Jeff Lonefells, Mobius Grows, Dank, Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, Foraging Gardner, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Sea, Shadow Warriors, Valley Green, 514, Million, Jensen, Austin, Dr. MJ, Grover, Brandon Ross, Matthew G, Steve Bag, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Take Agenda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro, Rose, Plexus, 2 DJ Conley, ATG, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buzz, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jimmy Daniels, Collectimus 420, Seeking still in time for PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grown 707, J Drug, C, 8 Grow, J420, Cascadian Grow, 2 Codes for D4 Plants, A, Weed Works, Captain Scroggs, Cookie Bugs, Oz Warrior, Jackie Youngs, Shirley Live, Guess Champion, Andy Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11, Bindu Bugs, Michael Roscoe, Grown, Wild Wobby, Sean Ben's Rescue Roadside, LLC, Victoria Snug, Bang the Seed, Father of Sean, Trimmy, Victoria Snug, G. Dake, Jose Ramirez, Doggo the Hut, 420, Chiba Man, GR420, Community Videos, Detroit River Rat, Louis Garcia, Mike P, AJ Everyday, Audit Everywhere, Captive, Audit, Maine, 420 Mangor, Cook Jake Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good, Tallyman Sales, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Mr. Kazoo, Burning Shrooms, Aaron Burning Shrooms, this Lincoln Sinking, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Grow Giant, Paul Gill, John Fleming, Bitch, Fibro Flower, Polly P. Seldom Seed, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farmers, Candy Forest Farmer, fuck all that be the Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Sony Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Ross Sign, Fringe Dwelling, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Hermit Ash, Freebird, Bo Grower, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival Time, James, I don't even know what the fuck that is, Tim Blake, Golf Coast, Chronic, Stink Fag, Caballero, Paulero, Harley Grower, Gent God, Jason Line 512, Steve Town, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Charlie, The Island Ace, Scooter Steve Speaks, J.R. Ream, Randy Case, Steve Collins, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe, Barley, Brandy Grande, Pick 1000, Ace Boom 20 or 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, twice, I guess. Puffer Smiles, 15 Digits, Michigan Ganja Moots, Cash, Red G, Super Bob, Crochet, 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Zippy, iMedic 31, Honesty, K-Hal, Me All Flower, Brent Book, Todd Kendricks, Newton's, KMT, Chrissy, True Shooting, Folk Towns, Fold, Danny Dread, Barbara Matthews, Adrian So Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canada Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab Low Cut, Edward Trinity, Mo Manic, Maine, Braz Benchy, Helen, Janus, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Chill, Big Daddy 420, LD Gardens, High Flyer at 420, Lobster Brush, Bro, Mother, Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Aesthetic, Shannon, Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Candace Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, After Hours Fire, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Monk, Luck, El Mondo 420, surrounded by Keith Ferrari, Farms, Friends, two other single fathers, Happiness Without Guilt, Richard Forbes, Daniel Pimenta, David Pimenta, BF4, P-Funk, Ninja T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Reed Puppet Man, B. Dunkley, James Chung, Sarge Gross, 818 Color, Carolina Roots, John Wayne, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna, El Dancario, K&F Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feet, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Jan Marino, Chronic, Wanda, Sunrise, Grow Tea, Top Floor, Maine, Top Floor Genetics, Mobish, 420K, 2 Canvas, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelly, Rooster, L. And Alex Hardy and Hardy Gear. Thank you for that. Board 13, Medicrapper Med, Daniel Groves Photos, Mitten Grow Med, Sunrise Groves, of course, my beautiful daughters, you know who they are. No Limit 916. Cook Told, Alchemist, and Kenny Mix, Soil Broad Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, 34 Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McJanice, Lisa Marie, Sarge Rose, 818, Blaze Daily, Pride, Piper Perpetual, Eagle Pride Warrior, Sales Smiles for You, Frank Posada, The Date Duchess, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420 in chat currently, Stink Fat, What About Bob again, Neil Justin, Pop Shrooms, John Skorsky, Dungeon Gangsta, THC4, PTSD, T Barrett, Honcho, Grown, Swamp Camp, Valero, Campabia, Best of Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Cannon Ferrari, 420 AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bear Feet, J Brent, 74, CK Brown Guy, 420, Factor, Burning Tree, Maine EA, Great Sun, 207, Hydro, Daily Hemp with GG. James Reed, Supreme Great, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman Cannabis, Goliath, Bruce City, Sin, Midnight Roots, Hawaii Sustainable, Ben Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Polly B, Quick B, Nibble, Bud Kilowatts, Michael D, 448 or 4889. I'm sorry, Michael D, Hispanic Brothers, Macelia Man, Joseph, Grace Madison, RX, Keith and Chief, Hydro Daily, Conservative American Candidates, 411, Captain of Freedom of Speech, Dr. Droids with Tees, Trees, Gandro Sudoku, Oil 710 is Oil Upside Down, Stevenson, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria, what's up? And a babe. I guess that's who that is. What about Bob? Sacred Garden, Discuss Road, Slick Freak 8, the Dog Pounds, Dave in Seattle, Mo Watts, Casting Yeti, Ed Red, and Grown, Uncle Elmer off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last Predator, Matthew SoCal, Sue, Illinois, Man Readers, Jinx Proof, Dark Horse Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel from Northside Genetics, Carolina. It should be Joel and Jenny from Northside Genetics, Carolina. Mr. No Cry, PTAB 13 Lil, Beyond Perfection, XX Elite, GPXX, Uncle Stoner, Crispy Treat Kitchens, Growers Paradise, LED Grown Gardens, and of course, last but not least, Weedus 207. Those are all the names that I am grateful that have taken the time to either watch the show, participate in chat, or be a part of this thing in some part. Thank you all. Thank you all. I'm very grateful for this, you people. All you guys, this community, the cannabis plant in particular. You guys know the routine. If this is the end of your day, please go somewhere else. Your journey. This is the beginning of your journey for today. Please take the time, do a bit of self-love. Can't put out if you ain't got it. Love yourself. Then take time to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. A living, breathing example of that. Thank you guys for bearing with me through this rough phase of the show. Might be up and down, but I tell you, it ain't over. I'm brave, all right. I love this song. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you all. Please kick off this week with an amazing start.